off the ground. I said, young man, 'cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy, young man. There's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel. YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all.
Why, hello there, everybody. I have returned from the dead to bring you a glorious Starship stream in beautiful pitch black. So, I'm a little bit less organized than I was on the last stream. I did a lot of preparation for the last Starship stream for Flight 5. You know, it was a little bit bigger deal of a flight, but, so, we're going to be a little bit kind of behind the scenes here when I try and get, whatever it's called, turned on. Bwah! Haha! Haha! Look at that, beautiful. And we want SpaceX Twitter. That's what we want. Hello, everyone. Chat up in my other window here. All right, hello everyone. Hello Starship 29 and Booster 11. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sorry I was a couple minutes late on this one. I was trying to set up my webcam and gosh darn it wasn't working. There's like a delay to it. I use my phone as a webcam. Because you can just stream your phone camera to your computer, but the problem was there's kind of a delay to it. So, the audio was going to be all messed up. So I'd talk. You'd hear me talk, and then 3 seconds later, my mouth would move, and that's not very, good content. So I could have used my phone camera as the audio, but then we would have been watching the launch, and I'd be reacting to everything 3 or 4 seconds late, and that'd be weird, and we don't want to do that. So anyway, Astro plays Roblox. Hello, what's up? I am very excited for the launch. Sun is doing a live stream of Starship launch from the ISS. From the ISS would be kind of goofy. Hello, Error. Hello. So obviously, because I don't have access to any of the local cameras down at Starbase, we're gonna unfortunately be dependent on the SpaceX stream for our feed today. So we're gonna be very anxiously awaiting that. There's been some rumors of a delay to 4:15, 4:20ish p.m. local time for the launch. I haven't heard any confirmation from that from SpaceX, so we're still assuming it's on for a 4 p.m. launch. This fine Tuesday afternoon here. Waiting for Starship lander, and I know that's going to be so awesome, isn't it? A daytime Starship landing. Who's excited for a daytime Starship landing? Isn't that going to be awesome? That's really what we're all here for. 4:20 p.m. Yeah, it does seem like 4:20 p.m. is what's going to end up happening here, unfortunately, because Elon he can't help himself from if a good rule of thumb with that guy is if anything is happening remotely around anything that has anything to do with 420, he's going to end up making it be 420. Flight 1 ended up being 420. This launch will probably end up being at 420. I was actually at a Tesla shareholder meeting over the summer in June, and Elon was giving his little presentation, and then just halfway through his presentation he just dead stopped because it was 4:20 p.m. and he just started laughing to himself, and the dude completely lost his train of thought. He was sitting there just giggling to himself for a solid minute before regaining his composure. Dude's kind of a... Like, he completely lost it. He was totally 1,000% of his mental energy was focused on the fact that it was 4:20 p.m. It's 2:40. It's like the opposite of 4:20. Ready to see some awesome views? I am ready to autoplay Roblox. It's going to be awesome. MSFS 24, yeah. MSFS 24, from what I've heard, has been a little bit of a disaster. I haven't bought the gaming. I probably will buy Flight Sim 24 at some point. I haven't really followed it much. I want to make sure that there's some sort of cross compatibility to it in terms of add-ons and stuff, because I don't want to be, and I don't know, what stuff can be ported from Flight Sim 20 to 2024. Because, like, if all the developers have to start over, it took 4 or 5 years to get, like, a good slate of planes for Flight Sim 2020 and service it. Are they actually still down? That'd be kind of a joke if the MSFS 2024 servers are still down. He takes 420. He does take 420 very seriously. That is a very, very important time for Mr. Elon. All right. Let me get Twitter up here on my phone. I want to, people, the local photographers take copyright very seriously. So I'm not gonna risk scrolling around and showing any of their pictures and stuff. God, everyone is. I mean, we obviously know kind of the elephant in the room in terms of the special guest that is at this launch. But there's a lot of people showing up. I mean, I believe Jared is here. There's some Congress people here. Everyone's showing up for pull up NSF stream. I would get yeeted off the internet if I pulled up NSF stream. I would get drop kicked off the side of the flat earth if I tried doing that. Who's the special guest? You actually not know. Oh, there's even videos coming out now. Well, I can show this video. Here's one I saw. Because this is CNN. CNN's not going to drop kick me off the internet. If you want to know who the special guest is, here.
And Elon Musk.
Figure out who that guy is, the guy in the red hat. Take a wild guess. So. You made it! Exciting times here in space flight, I mean, whatever whatever your opinions are of politics, I would at least say that a president showing up to Starbase is probably, a good sign for spaceflight. Yeah, he's there, Roblox. He's there. He's hanging out. We're gonna figure out where he's gonna be though. He'll be in he might be in the Mega Bay. It looks like he might be heading toward Mission Control. Just trying to from pictures I'm seeing. There's some really good pictures some people have got of Trump's plane flying by of Starbase. It's really something. He has, he hasn't, a recognizable plane, shall we say. Alright, I'm going to check up on Discord here. See what the status of the flight is. I feel jelly though. If gosh darn Donnie and Elon, they're gonna be able to get closer than any of us have ever been. It's sad. I've been 5 miles away at Isla Blanca Park. If they're at Mission Control, how far is Mission Control from? How far is mission control from the launch. I'm assuming that's where they'll be. V2 Starship launch tower, will it be at Tower 1? Tower 2 will definitely be the V2 launch pad. Tower 1 is almost definitely incompatible with V2 ship. And Tower 2 will likely be incompatible with V1 ship. So, yeah, they'll be using Tower 2 for it's also a little bit taller stuff, which helps. I'm in Mexico. I'm in Mexico. So, launch is here. Now, the real challenge is going to be finding mission control. Where is mission control? Is it here by the school? I don't think it's by the SKU. It's not by the SKU, is it? It's not by the SKU. Is it here? Is this mission control? Tower 1 we're taking down. Well, okay, I shouldn't say Tower 1 and Tower 2. It's really the whole pad. So the physical tower and the chopsticks are probably fine. There probably could be some chopsticks work done on Tower 1. But it's the launch mount and probably the booster QD. So they're probably going to take down the launch mount for Pad 1, Pad A, Pad East, whatever they want to call it. So the tower probably is going to stay, but the pad's probably coming down, the OLM, and then they'll replace that. This is about 5 miles. This is about the same distance as Isla Blanca. If this is mission control, I'm not totally sure. This catch a ship already. Man, they're probably a little bit of a ways away from catching the ship. Oh, here's the Raptor Roost. Trying to find the mission control building. It might be this thing. I mean, it's probably this thing, actually. RIP OLM, yeah. F's in the chat for OLM. It was a good OLM. I think the new OLM doesn't look as good. I love the new OLM is like a square with a circle in the middle. The this thing just being I think this OLM looks absolutely beautiful. It's probably a little bit under-engineered, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just kind of a slab of concrete, and they're like, meh, it'll work. The new one, there's probably a little bit more conscious design going into the new one. So, it's a better design. It'll work. It's more mature. But it doesn't look as good. Hey, user. How you doing? Welcome to the most epic Starship stream. Waiting for them to go live. Go live. I'm going to look up at my trusty steed over on Discord. I wish I could bring up pictures. There's just so much difficult information because I'm trying to focus on streaming, and I obviously can't pull stuff on stream, so it's hard to parse through all the data because I'm getting messages flowing all over the side of my screen on Discord. I don't know what to make of it. Well, everything will be answered. Is there media inside? Are they at the? I don't know. The whole, gosh darn it, darn president's distracting everything. How long do you think the wait will be for Flight 7 first Leo mission? I honestly think at least 3 months because of the time of production and the test of Superbia and Block 2. Yeah, so people were saying, even up to 2 weeks ago, that April would be Flight 2. As it became clear that Flight 6 was actually going to go today, mid to late-ish November, I think people got a little bit more optimistic about Flight 3, or Flight 7. I think February, would you say 3 months? So that'd be, that'd put us right around end of January, early February. I think February, if you had to ask me, it's a little optimistic. I was very pessimistic about Flight 6. I was very, very sure that it was going to launch middle of December. But here we are. So maybe I'm a little bit on the pessimistic side. Maybe it could go February. The ship, cryoed a couple weeks ago. The booster, I don't remember. I think it's cryoed, booster 14. Who knows? They might even use booster 13 for Flight 7, Who knows at this point? But, so, there's usually quite a long wait between the cryo and the static flight. They're probably going to move quicker. So I could see February. I was very optimistic about the catch. I was optimistic about the catch too, actually. Speaking of the catch, because everything is like gambling these days, there's $414,000 bet on Polymarket as to whether or not they will catch this super heavy booster. So there's right now, the betting markets think there's a 77% chance of a successful booster catch for this flight, which is down a little bit from the high of 84%, which is up here very early in the morning. Now, the reason for that is most likely because Elon put out that tweet basically saying that they're going to be a little bit more aggressive with the catch this time. They're going to be igniting the engines later, probably. So it might... I was debating this a little bit with someone on Discord earlier. It may look visually different. It may look like they're really slamming on the brakes, like right above the ground. It may look virtually identical, and the things are just kind of superfluous changes, or not really, just visually not very obvious changes. Who knows? Maybe this thing is going to look crazy, like it's come careening in, but I thought they would abort the catch last time. I mean, I was pretty optimistic during the catch, leading up to the launch, but when Flight 5 actually lifted off, I was like, kind of like, what? No way, they're actually going to do this. Like, as the vehicle was actually flying, I was just thinking to myself, like, Jesus Christ, are they actually going to try this? And they actually did. I don't think they'll abort it this time. I think that's unlikely. Hey, it's 3:21. We should be, yo, SpaceX, what are we doing? Stream. Oh, speak of the devil. Alright, since I'm too dumb to use capture, the correct capture, that is too loud for you guys. Let me know if the audio has any issues. Let me see if old Donnie's up to anything else. No, they're just hanging out. Alright, let's see how this stream goes. We'll get to see Jesse Anderson commentating. Maybe Spruck will be there. Maybe Spruck. I'd love to see Spruck, John Innsbrucker. He hasn't been on a Starship stream in a while. We want John. Dan will be there. We always like Dan. Who's the other lady? There's shoot, I'm forgetting. There's Jessie. I know her name because she posts on Twitter a lot. I see her. And then there's Dan. Everyone knows Dan. He's Dan. And then there's the other lady. I don't remember her name. But she's pretty good too. And then maybe there'll be cameos from certain orange people during the stream. Good music. We'll get to see probably a new intro because they released a new video a few days ago. So that'll be exciting to watch. Don't you dare buffer stream. Okay, got it on my stream. My YouTube stream. Might have buffered. How long is this intro gonna last? Let's go. No word on a delay. And no one's seen a delay, I don't think. Just gonna look at official SpaceX Twitter, official Elon Twitter. Propellant load in super heavy, which is good. So we're gonna see Starship landing burn flip in broad daylight. That is the plan. That's gonna be awesome. That's really what I'm most excited for in this mission, is the daytime landing burn for Starship. Theoretical launch time scheduled for 4 p.m. Like Starbase time. Oh, here we go. So, 3 p.m. your time. You'll see the cool new intro. Wait, this isn't the new intro. This is the old intro. They haven't done the new intro. What a shame. This song is pretty cool. That you're like, do-do-do-do-do-do. There it is. Benjameow. 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 There's some boosters, some rocket garden. There's mission control. See if we get some shots in there with our special orange-haired guest. Yeah, people. I remember. I did see that people found it. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I remember seeing that people found it. Hello, R is for random. Very exciting stream today. Flight 6, daytime entry of Starship. Second booster catch. Good old days. Flight 1 was good. Flight 1 was good, and Flight 2 was better, and Flight 3 was better, and Flight 4 was better, and Flight 5 was, I don't know. If I had to rank them, maybe that'll... If I had to rank them really quick, it goes Flight 5, Flight 4, Flight 1, Flight 2, Flight 3.
Good afternoon and welcome to
Hello.
the 6th flight
Oh, that is
of
such a
Starship.
clear day.
It
Oh
is currently
my.
3:25 p.m. Central
they
Time
are-
at Starbase, Texas, and it has been just 40 days
You
since
sing
our
to
last launch
Kanye.
of the world's biggest rocket. We're targeting our first afternoon Starship
Who's
liftoff
ping-a-ling-a-linging
just
me?
34 minutes from now, and that will occur.
Looks
at
like they
4
are
p.m.
gonna
Central
schedule-
Time.
go for the
So
4
this
o'clock.
timing will bring us daylight views of the ship splashing down on the other side of the world. I'm Kate Tice, Senior Quality Systems Engineering Manager.
Kate, your name is Kate.
And I'm Jesse Anderson, a Senior Structures Engineering
Your
Manager,
name is
and
Kate.
we are joining you live from SpaceX Hawthorne.
Why
On
couldn't we
Flight
get weather?
5,
I don't know why we couldn't get weather like
maximum
that. This is a
excitement
scam.
and Starship delivered in what had to be one of the most
Bananas on
memorable
stream,
moments
yes
in my
sir.
time here at SpaceX.
Hello, Dylan.
Like so many of you, we were in utter shock as we watched that historic.
How much
success
coverage of
unfold,
the
and
you-know-who
we're
do you
back
think we're gonna
today
get
trying
today,
to do it
guys?
all over again.
There's been a lot of chatter leading up to this stream about how much the special guest is going to be featured. Personally, I don't think he's going to be in it much. I was on a Discord for Flight 5. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Maybe, I don't know, should we do that again? Probably not. I thought about doing the Discord call again. If you guys really want to, we can. But it was kind of a mess to get the audio balancing right on my side because people's had different audios and I was constantly tweaking things. And everyone's stream was slightly offset. So everyone's stream was slightly offset. So people were all reacting to the event at different times. So America, bro.
Fantastic. I got a couple hundred of my best.
All right, I'll
friends
say
out
his
here
name,
ready to
Dan.
watch this launch,
Dan
and hopefully another
Quat.
catch today.
That's
So
our
welcome
special guest,
everybody
Dan.
back to Starbase for another Starship launch. I'm Dan Hewitt. Got Launch Control
Hewitt,
Center
sorry,
right behind
Quat.
me. Tower just about 6 miles over that shoulder. It has been a pretty quiet countdown. Not a lot of chatter on the loops right now as we
Frost
are
line
into
coming
prop
up, yep.
mode, and we are counting down
Looking
to the very
good.
top of our window at 4 p.m. Central Time.
Audio
so
good
just
for you
about
guys?
32 minutes
Is Dan
from
too loud or
now.
too quiet? Just want to make sure
Right now,
nothing's
the range
wrong.
is projected to be
Hot-
clear by then.
hot
We've got
tua.
our assets out there
Hewitt
making
tua.
sure land, air, sea, everything around the launch pad and then our flight path are clear before we give the final go to liftoff today.
Hopefully there's
we
no
got to the
boats.
weather pole, everything was looking great. Little breezy
See the-
today.
see the
but
landing
weather
rails are up?
constraints, for both
Getting
launch
ready for the
and
booster catch.
criteria. And as you can tell, we're loading propellant onboard the vehicle. You can see those white frost lines starting to tick up.
I don't get it. The
Cryogenic,
freaking Hawk
the
Tua
liquid
meme
methane and
is
the
like
propulsion out to both of those
permanently
vehicles.
entrenched
The
in
ship
the
workload
space
started
flight
about
community. It
T-minus
died
45
out
minutes,
pretty quick.
and then the booster
This
followed
is literally the
several
only
minutes after,
community
about T-minus 40
I
minutes.
see. The only
We're
people on the
almost at
internet that
full
are
launch
still
shift,
using
just
the
about a
Hawk Tua
third
meme.
on booster.
It is
Those are both gonna
hilarious.
continue until we're
Mighty Block 1, yeah, this is, I forgot to even start talking about that. This is the final,
Booster's going to close out at about 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So we pretty much.
This is
are
the
loading
final
up to
launch
that
of
last
Block
possible
1
minute,
Starship.
keeping it as dense and cold as possible. And
This
then
is a
getting
very,
off
this is a
the
very
launch.
sad
The
day.
countdown startup sequence.
The ship,
everything
the
looked
Block
very
1
familiar
booster
if
still
you
can be
watched
flying.
Flight 5, assuming you did.
But
you're going to see the
this
engine
is,
start to ignite at about 3
I'm gonna
seconds
turn off
before
Dan here
liftoff.
because I want to monologue. It's a very, very important day in the history of Star. The way I described it when I was talking to someone earlier is it's kind of like a post-credit scene. This launch, like Flight 5 was the big climactic event that kind of bookended the first phase of Starship testing with the big booster catch. And, we're getting ready to move on to Block 2. But there's also Flight 6, which just kind of happened almost instantly after. It's basically the same thing as Flight 5, with, obviously a few changes. But it's basically the same thing. So this launch, there's nothing really groundbreaking about this launch. You're not really pushing the envelope that much. They are a little bit like the in-space relight and all the tiles missing and stuff. But there's nothing crazy they're doing. So, I feel like a lot of us are less nervous about this launch. So to me, it's more of just a fun launch. Like for Flight 5, everyone was really nervous. Like, oh my God, it's like a nervous anticipation. Are they going to actually get this catch? Are they just showing a video? They're talking about Star Factory. So, Flight 5 is like a, sit on your edge of the seat, just, pray, hope, freak out type of a launch. Flight 6, on the other hand, is kind of just like, for funsies, because it'll, knock on wood, this is wood, probably work. They've already demonstrated a catch, and they've already landed a ship twice now, accurately once, and obviously the suborbital campaign. So this just kind of feels like a post-credit scene, We're just here to have fun. It's the epilogue. Let me catch up on chat here. Make me cry, Block 1 test. Yeah, hey, SN8 was 4 years ago, almost, give or take a week. SN9, SN10, SN11, SN15, and then Ship 24, Ship 28, 29, 30, and now 31 is. Hey, Cookie, that's a lot of missions for Block 1, and, this has been the defining. Even SN4 could be considered Block 1. So over 5 years of Starship development is, we're going to move on to a new phase after this one. And there's going to be obviously a little bit of a delay. Things are going to calm down a little bit at Starbase after this. It's a new era coming up here. So we have to all give a very deserved send-off to Block 1 ship. Ship 33, the future. Yep.
Goal of building a Starship every 8 hours. And to do that, we need builders.
They should do more afternoon launches. Are they asking people to play? Hey, I'll work for you guys. I don't think I'm quite qualified yet, but Ship 33 is this is like a new phase. We're getting close to, if you guys don't mind prediction, I think after Block 1, if they do the in-space relight successfully, I think Ship 33 will not only go orbital, but it will also deploy Starlinks. That is my prediction, which would be very big. Morning launch is better so I can watch them. You're UK. I don't know. Morning launches are. I'm in the same time zone as Starbase, so for the morning launches, I basically don't sleep the night before. For the last two or three flights, I actually just didn't sleep the night before. I literally just stayed up watching NSF, talking to people on Discord and stuff, and watching the tank farm spool up the pad clear, get all the boats out of the way. So, you kind of lose the night, which is not fun. But, for the afternoon launch, you wake up like normal, kind of go through your day, but it's kind of just like this anticipation that lasts the entire day, and it's like, come on, let's go. The morning launches kind of just happen because they're so early. So I don't know which one I prefer. These views are incredible. I like these views.
Okay, so two things here.
Send the
First
Coast
is,
Guard after the
remember on
immigrant.
Flight 5, we
Bro,
had
what
a
are you
giant
talking
Megazilla
about?
decal where the banana is today.
They're eating the
Right
turtles.
there, you can see that on your screen. Now, that decal is 3 feet tall, which might
The
be hard
last
to
time
tell
Block 1 ship will be
looking
fielded.
at
Yep,
it
barring
from
a
the ship
scrub.
Right there, which is why we have a full-scale reproduction
Commercial live
of that
rocket launch.
decal.
Just stop making
Here
this
with
cookie.
us,
You're not watching the
so you
Starship
can see
launches.
the size compared to humans.
Yeah, it is bigger than you think it is. Like Jesse said, it's 3 feet
Gosh
high.
darn.
And this is full scale. Just like
Cookie, do you know who the special guest is for this launch?
It is hard to
I don't think you'd like him.
But I do have one better. Bananas have been used for quick.
At school tomorrow, the thankfully I gotta go to the Starship lands time zone in Spain. Yeah, Spain, but yeah, I guess it's just about early enough for you guys in Spain. Hawk, oh my god, the Hawk 2 meme.
Is, as you might have
Oh, they do actually have a banana.
banana.
There was some speculation about this.
Inside Starship, and if you look closely, you can see.
Oh my, they actually have a banana.
doubling as today's zero gravity
They actually
forward
have a
CG
banana,
indicator.
no way.
And while this payload will remain inside the vehicle at all
Discord's
times
probably
and will
going
not
nuts,
be
so-
deployed today, it did give us a chance to do a test run of payload approval processes with the FAA, and that's something that we're hoping to do next year if we start flying
gonna type
the first
something.
Starlink satellites on Starship. Godspeed, banana.
They actually have a banana. And Cookie, by the way,
Original size for
if you the special guest,
between a Starlink Mini next to a banana.
45,
To
47.
get an even
live
better
images
sense of how
coming
big
your way.
Starship is, let's take the average size banana next to the average size human, which is about 2 meters high. Towering over
What will
our
happen
average
to it
human
in
is the length of the
space?
Millennium Falcon, which comes in
Yeah,
at
yeah, I figured.
Our Falcon 9 rocket,
What will
which is
happen to it in
carrying
space?
its
Will it
double
rot or
size
will
of
it-
the Millennium
I-
Falcon at 70 meters.
I don't know, I'm not a
Twice the size
banana-
of that is the
I'm not a
first
fruit
integrated
expert, so I can't really
21 meters
predict
long.
what will
The
happen
ship's
to
about
it.
50 meters, and the Super Heavy booster alone stands 71 meters
Doesn't that count
long.
as a payload?
We do have
Well, it's not
plans to make
orbital,
the ship
so I guess you could call it a payload, but it's not, orbital.
And yeah, it might be hard to imagine that because it's pretty big. already.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on what happens to fruits without an atmosphere. I don't know if it'll, just dry out instantly, or what'll happen. I guess we'll find out. We'll see.
Much larger Raptor engines. I love this view. This is looking up at the aft end of
33
Starship at the
Raptors.
engine bay.
I feel like the banana will be fine
Rocket,
because
the ship
rotting.
features 6 Raptor engines, 3
It'll rot
single
probably.
engines,
Yeah, it might.
and
I don't know. I don't
engines
really.
which
I actually
optimized to operate
really don't know how
in
bananas
space.
work.
The ship is designed for vertical takeoff and landing on any hard
Probably gonna be
surface,
fish
like
food.
the surface of the moon, for example.
See a night launcher static fire at least soon. They actually haven't done a night static fire in a long time.
Added to during atmospheric flight and enable a precision landing.
Because bacteria can do non-oxygen food process, so it'll rot. Okay, I trust you, Cookie. Banana expert. Thought you were a cookie expert. Why? Okay, why is this stick? Is this just opened all the way? Nothing will happen to the banana. You people are crazy. I'm not a. No. I'm not going to school for fruit sciences. I'm not saying it'll explode or anything. Although but that
And the teams have actually already
I don't know.
tested
I don't know.
windshield tiles in environments simulating Mars atmospheric entry conditions.
Okay, you're linking to Quora though. Quora is not exactly the best. Not exactly the best source of information.
Slightly different. And in between the first and
Oh, you're saying it will
second
not
stage,
rot.
our
Okay,
hot
well,
stage,
there you go.
Which we saw in action on flights 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's recap that last flight to understand.
Yeah, we know what happened on Flight 5. $13, yeah, maybe we have some bad luck booster. Yeah, that was a great shot of the separation. SLS should be canceled. SLS probably will be canceled. Actually, Cookie, you're saying you haven't been following this stuff, so I don't know how in the loop you are, but rumor has it right now there's a 50-50 shot SLS is getting canceled. What is a banana really about, pilot? Well, again, I'm not a banana expert. Although, ironically, my Discord profile picture for literally 6-7 years has been a banana. So maybe I should know more about bananas. Can't wait till we have Starship Airlines. Yeah, it'll be fun. Lucky Booster 13. Yeah, Lucky Booster 13. And you get another catch. Another catch-a-roni. Make sure everything's still on track. Why does my stream keep delaying? Okay, stay up to date with chat. Well, on how Starship flies, I guess the percent of SLS should be 100% cancellation. Yeah, well, there's politics involved because all the senators, they want the jobs for their state. I've said this for a while, but SLS, in my opinion, is honestly kind of just kind of just a welfare program for the lovely residents of Huntsville and Alabama. So that's like its main purpose, if you ask me, is to
That whole,
help out the citizens of Huntsville down there. So that would be the main decision. So they'd have to be able to replace. They have to, you know, because old senator from Alabama's gonna be, oh gosh darn it, all the jobs are gone, and now I'm, you know, probably still gonna get elected, but. Pilot, there's a rumor you're fining for more. What? Anyhow, I feel about. I think how I feel about going to a private mission. It should be a national one. So you need to make a space. Okay, nationalizing space, of all the possible things you could do, nationalizing SpaceX is just about like the worst of them. Launching a nuke at Putin would probably be a better idea than nationalizing SpaceX. So, yeah. What are you talking about, bro? Space is incredibly cold, so the banana would freeze almost instantly. The temperature in space. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Engines chill starting. I should probably
If both the booster and
have
tower are
the
healthy
sound
at
on
launch.
here.
We were successful last time, but we should emphasize.
Well,
that
no,
this
we lose them.
process
I mean,
is still
Starship can,
very
in
new
theory,
and still
do everything
very
SLS can do
so,
and more.
Success is very far from
And doesn't cost $2 billion per launch.
Vehicle. It's a contingency that we always plan for.
Yeah, exactly. Now, while the booster is doing its job, the ship
With the orange man there.
will remain lit for a few minutes
I don't
before
know.
shutting down and
Do
then
you
going
think-
into the coast phase.
Do you think the
Ship
orange man
runs
being
for
there
about
means
30
Starship is
minutes or so,
nationalized,
with a
or
speed altitude of approximately
the government is
250
privatized?
kilometers.
You know, you
Now,
could
one
look at it.
additional
You could look at it
objective
one
for
of
this
two
flight during
ways.
coast is an in-space burn using one of ship's Raptor engines. Doing a burn while in space will build
Has the orange man
confidence in deorbit burns,
nationalized
which is a key
SpaceX, or is
capability for
Elon
upcoming orbital missions.
privatized
After
the
coast
orange
phase,
man?
The ship will attempt a controlled reentry, and if ship makes it all the way down, will once
The
again
banana
perform
exposed
a
to high levels of
jump and
cosmic
landing burn
radiation.
before
Well, no, they have the.
sliding into
Well, they'll have the.
Now, there are some
steel will
notable
protect
changes
it.
to our entry plans for this flight, and they will
Cannot serve as a
intentionally
rain due to
push the
orbital
ship
refueling,
to,
taking
and
too
very
much time.
likely
So I believe we're going to
beyond
drag
its
me better.
limits.
Yeah, so
This includes
some
several
combination of like
protection
Falcon
upgrades
Heavy and
operational
Dragon, or
changes as we
even
prepare
like
for
New
future
Glenn
ship
and
launch
Orion
dates.
could,
Today's flight test
you know,
will
plus
also
Starship
test
could
new
make
secondary
SLS be
protective
useless.
materials and
So you
entire
can make that all
sections
work.
of the heat shield,
Putin has
actually been
privatized the
removed
orange
in
man.
certain areas.
Has he?
And on top of all of that, we're going to fly the ship at an aggressive angle of attack.
They keep saying this aggressive angle of attack. I really am curious to see what that actually ends
Now,
up
this
meaning.
means we'll be flying nose down instead of our usual belly flop orientation.
Where
during
SpaceX
final
has
ascent.
too much power in the
No
national
doubt
scale
stress
for
the
being
limits of
just
the
a
flight's
private
ability to
company.
maintain control.
Ah.
Chance to get real flight data on what our limits actually are.
So, to put it as bluntly as possible, do not be
That's
surprised.
what I believe New
if
Glenn is a real
it's not
thing.
a smooth
They've
flight
integrated it.
splashdown today. We are intentionally
I know you might not be
looking for
following
how
because
far
of
we
your
can push and
rock
discover the
situation,
vehicle's true limits as we
Bobby,
plan for
but
future ship return
They
and
the first and second stages they're integrated. It's like a full rocket now.
Telemetry and data we receive all the way to the end is what we're looking
So,
for and what will help
you know.
us get to a rapidly reusable Starship of the future.
Now, just like Flight 5, one
You know,
of our
Cookie, if
objectives
New Glenn
for Flight
actually
6
works,
is
then
attempting to
SpaceX
return the
won't have
booster
as much
to the launch
power.
site to be caught by the tower.
You forgot who owns
The
Blue
booster for
Origin.
this
Could
flight
it
has
be?
upgrades to
Could
add
it be
redundancy
Mr.
across its propulsion
Green
system,
screen, yeah.
increase
Could
the
it be
structural
Mr.
as well as
Baffin
increase the
Bezos?
structural strength
Could it
in
be?
active spots. We've also implemented a few
No, it's not about rockets.
Ship and tower
Well, you're saying because Elon
post-catch time
has financially,
Returning
you know,
vehicles to the launch site leverages the same hardware that we
has,
use
I
for
don't know,
stacking
what's kind of
ahead
the
flight.
best way to
Our
put this.
infrastructure multi-purpose.
Elon has
In order
leveraged
for
his
us to
financial
achieve
status
that rapid
to
reusability that we keep talking about,
benefit
we need a quick
the
turnaround. Can't
job
get much
prospects of
faster
the
than
Orange Man.
returning the launch vehicle right back there
We
to
talk
where it
about
needs to
the
launch
time.
from again.
Exactly.
Starlink, yeah. Well, okay, well,
In this video, you can
Kuiper
see
then.
our
Kuiper.
original render of
yeah, we've all seen this. I mean, they wouldn't have a monopoly if everyone else just wasn't horrible at their jobs. Or, well, not horrible. I guess the better way to say it would be if SpaceX wasn't better than everyone else at their jobs. Like, people have been able to... Satellite launching has been a thing for like 80 years. And, well, 80. You could say 80. And SpaceX has been around for 20 of them. Yet somehow they've managed to just win at everything. Kuiper is Amazon's like Starlink competitor. It's not as good as Starlink, but you know. I guess Cookie, you're probably because you're over in Germany. I guess you're. Hello, Killen. Oh yeah, I've literally like I know your address, and I still think you live in Germany. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you're over in Europe, so you know you have the whole Putin situation to deal with, and you're in Germany. Well, good job. Germany is cool. Netherlands is. I'm actually 1/4 Dutch, and I'm 0/4 German, so I should probably like the Netherlands more. You still no, but I could find it. I don't remember it. So yeah, but you know Starlink. You know if Elon turns off Starlink for Volodymyr, you know that could be a problem. But
to see another one this afternoon. Now, Dan, you got to see it in person last time. Are you mentally prepared for a possible round 2?
I mean, probably not. That was pretty hands down the coolest thing I've ever seen, and the fact
you guys
that
remember the
we're
weird
that
sound Dan made
now.
after the catch? He was like, "Hey!" It's pretty funny. Because Trump got elected, IDK about how much for the next 4 years will be. Cookie, you'll be fine. Did you make a great deal? The best deal.
It's coming in faster.
It's gonna be a great deal.
And then slowing down, it creates that pressure wave that builds up, and then when
Dude,
it
do you see
reaches
Watch
on the
Party?
ground,
Probably
the
not.
rapid change in pressure is that quick thunderclap sound that you hear. Now, generally the only
It was kind of a lot of work to set up last time, and I'm a little bit. The stream was a little bit last minute for me this
Not
time.
expecting it. It's definitely going to get your attention, and we were able to hear it
so-
last time.
I had to like balance all the audio, and everyone's reaction was a little bit out of sync last time. So it was, you know, maybe for the next one.
And there was kind of that quick triple pop.
No, the US. Yeah, I mean, you guys should. Will you run for office? I do not plan on being president. Not anytime soon, at least. I mean,
one big bang. But as I said, that's something that's only associated with spacecraft being reused. We hear it with Falcon 9. We heard it during shuttle.
you know, maybe I'll try and get the face cam working. Let's begin playing KSP again. Awesome. Hope. I assume you're playing KSP 1 because KSP 2, you know. I'll see if I can get this face cam working. This probably won't work, but just in case, I like to have the visual reaction. Is always nice to have. I'll record myself and I'll be able to. I'll upload that for my reaction video. But huzzah! Nope, that's the timer. Huzzah! Huzzah! Hello. Hello. Ah. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I was pretty. I mean, if you look at my reaction for Flight 5, is this out of sync, guys? This seems out of sync. Out of sync by Mike Tyson now. I was literally for Flight 5. You can watch my reaction. I was literally just like this and just saying, "Oh my god," 5,000 times because I didn't have any of the words. It's very out of sync. Yeah. I guess webcam's not going to work. Rip.
Where we time the launches to match.
China's copying Starship. I swear, I have a video that I made like 2 years ago about a China Starship concept. That's like what China spaceflight does. Every couple months, there's a new company that publishes a new concept for a Starship plan. China copies, yep. You know, there's that meme cookie. I don't know if you'd like it. If you draw a line from, yeah, they're explaining the transfer window, yeah. There's a meme cookie. I don't know if you'd like it very much. I'm not going to speak to the truth of it. This is a new render for HLS. Okay, time out. Ooh, this is V2. This is what V2 is going to look like. Okay. Very interesting. I don't like how this looks. I will say, I don't like it. I don't like it. Very fascinating. Anyway, Cookie, what I was going to say, the meme, and I'm not going to speak to the accuracy of, all I'll say is I'll say it, but it basically goes along the line. Never mind. I want to talk about, I don't want to be explaining memes, I want to look at HLS.
Starting humanity's mission to establish a sustainable presence.
It was the Axiom space
And
suits.
coming soon to a moon base alpha near you, Starship Enterprise Edition.
That is
Wow.
so exciting, and all the advancements that are going to
That is something.
in order to enable all of that. Now, our rapid iterative development approach has been the basis for all of SpaceX's major innovative advancements.
What do we expect for this flight? We expect a beautiful ascent, a beautiful 33 engines, by the way. Beautiful hot staging, beautiful boost back burn with 13 engines, beautiful landing burn, beautiful catch, a perfect catch, a great American catch. And then ship in space, Raptor vacuum relight, then an entry, and then a daytime landing burn and splashdown of a Starship. A Starship 31 to be specific. Let me turn on this webcam. I'm in the VC. I probably shall not be, fortunately. If there's a lot of people that want to do a call, I'll do a call. I'll do a VC. But, meh. We're going to keep it casual today. Then everyone's chilling. Yeah, it's just fun times now. We're just out here having fun. Yeah, I need to get the audio back in because we are within 10 minutes of flight.
On your screen, those rectangular panels on
Stupid that NASA is going to fly SLS to the moon.
In space and on reentry,
And then
also
Starship is
helps
just going to
deliver us
take 2 or 3
critical flight
astronauts
data
to the moon
engineers need
surface.
to continue
He's
development.
so much more
Yeah.
capable. Yep.
Starlink continues to
It doesn't
help
make any
us push the
sense.
limits in space. In the short term,
Everyone knows it doesn't
our
make any
interviews
sense.
and
I mean, that's why there's
data
debate about
for
SLS
next
being
flights,
canceled.
particularly through reentry.
All right, see you in a minute,
Which
Cookie.
spaceflight veterans know that is historically a period of blackout for all communications. Within
Yeah,
space.
Starlink's amazing. We know
Outside
you guys made an
Starship,
incredible
Starlink
product.
has helped people across the globe, particularly in rural and remote areas that have been underserved by traditional
What is
broadband
that?
internet.
Yeah.
I guess that's like
And
adder tank vent or
Starship
something.
will
I haven't seen that
deploy
vent really
our
much before.
next-generation Starlink satellites
I'm not like an
to
expert
continue
vent watcher,
to increase
so
our capability to connect even more people. with
there's
high-speed
people that know
internet
every
all around
single
the world
detail
and
of every single vent and when it comes on and when it.
Now, as we continue to
There's
prepare
block,
for our
block
next
2.
several flight tests, we recently performed a cryo-proof
This
test
could be
of the Starship
useful
for
information.
Flight 7, our
Gonna
first
listen in.
operation with a vehicle debuting a number of major milestones. The ship has been
Like making it
stretched
uglier.
to make room for larger propellant tanks, increasing
Looks cleaner, but it
increasing
looks
the
uglier.
propellant capacity from 1,200 tons.
There's a theory, and I actually really like this theory.
The forward flaps
The-
also got a redesign.
The theory is
They
that the
have shrunk
forward
in size,
flaps,
and they also
I heard this
shifted
first in
their
Everyday
location.
Astronaut, I think it's,
Both
like I
of
said, a
those
really good
things
theory,
will help better
is that the
protect
forward
us
flaps will
during engine
eventually
heating
become some sort
while
of
still
static
providing
aero
control.
surface that
There's
doesn't
also a
move and
wide
only
range
the
of
aft
upgrades
flaps will
that
move.
will make the vehicle more
Which I think
reliable,
actually is
adding
almost a
redundancy
likely
to
scenario, which is
engine
getting
boards
very
to
close to like the
operate for longer
2018,
durations in
2019
space.
BFR design.
One unique
2018
aspect
more.
of a trip to
ITS,
Mars are
whatever
the
it's
different
called.
conditions ship will see when entering the Martian
But that's
atmosphere.
still a Block
It's
1
difficult
ship.
to simulate Mars's
Oh,
atmosphere
what is this?
when re-entering on Earth, so we've been testing a variety of heat shield materials inside a specialized plasma jet chamber at the
This is
University
really
of
cool.
Illinois Urbana-Champaign, where we're able to more closely simulate
We're getting a lot of
Mars's
new info right now.
95%
This is
carbon
awesome.
dioxide atmosphere.
Aside from looking awesome, this is important testing. The intense heat of entry will cause the CO2 to break down into its base elements, exposing Starship to atomic oxygen, which increases surface heating and can cause materials to oxidize or start to break down. Spacecraft entering over Mars
Why are you saying VFR is better?
twice the amount of
Because,
atomic
well,
oxygen at their peak when compared to Earth.
I don't know
And that
exactly
is
why, but I
certainly a
do
great
know
challenge.
that SpaceX
As
is
we continue to
notorious
test,
for
we'll learn more about what
disliking
makes a great heat shield for Mars.
disliking
All right,
acronyms.
now
So
that we're heading
BFR
into
is
the
of course
final
Big
minutes
Falcon
of the
rocket.
countdown, let's go back to Dan for the latest on the ground there at
SN15 serial number became just ship. I'm gonna
Fred,
listen
I
in
have
here.
nothing but good news for you.
Okay, good.
We have a go from our range safety team.
Looks like
we are
Super Heavy's
over
getting close to being
90%
topped
full
off.
on ship,
Same with the ship,
almost
actually.
85% full on booster, and not tracking any holds to an on-time liftoff. So we've got about 3 more minutes of prop load. As long as the range stays clear.
It's gonna
we
be
don't
so
get
sad
rid of
saying
their
bye to
hold,
the
once
good-looking
we're
ship.
past that T-minus 40-second mark.
Everything's
and
gonna
lift
get
off
uglier
our
from
top
here.
of our window at
Lag?
4
Is my
p.m.
stream
Central.
lagging?
So, toss it back to you guys one more time. But fun part about to start, we are a little under 6 minutes away from launch.
All right.
Oh, yeah, it
we
might
are
have lagged for a
continuing to
second. There might have been a little bit of a
progress.
blip. I think we're good
5
now, though.
minutes and 43 seconds until liftoff. Now, once we pass the T-minus 40-second mark, a number of events are going to occur in rapid succession. The ground spin and ignition
Who
systems will
pinned-
come up to flight
Oh, no, am I-
pressure, and the ship will go on to internal power.
And then after that, the quick disconnect, or what we call the QD,
Am I lagging?
lockout, is removed in preparation for retraction shortly after T0. And once we pass the T-minus 40-second mark, we still have the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to T-minus 40 seconds.
Am I lagging?
And then hold there to assess what happened and if we can proceed again to T0.
Exactly. However, once the water for the deflector system begins
You guys still
flowing
getting the
at
stream?
T-minus 10 seconds, any issue after that.
Okay, I think
will
that was just a little bit
automatic
of
scrub for the
another
day
blip.
as the teams
Okay,
wait
I think we're
to
good.
refill the deflector's water tanks.
Okay, let's lock in here, guys.
Propellant storage tanks
We're almost
before
topped off here on
the
the ship and
before
booster.
we're able to make another attempt.
Now, it is just so unbelievable that it's just been
And it's
only
launch
a
time
little
here.
over a month, and we are just a few minutes away from
Another
Flight
Starship
6.
launch. Can you guys believe it? I'm gonna try and keep my mic a little bit further away from me for this launch. I've noticed on some of my recent streams, my mic has gotten a little gainy or whatever. I don't know really what the correct terminology is, but things like this a lot, and it's not very pleasant. So I'm gonna try and mitigate that a little bit, especially if when the volume gets a little loud. When
Opt to use it,
I don't expect to be going as crazy as
still
last launch,
potentially
but
go for launch. So
less
nothing
than
to
5,
worry
yeah.
about there.
Everyone
Step
thought they were
three,
gonna wait until
basically, up
420.
to
Look at
20
that.
seconds, all
They're not
aboard
keeping the
purchase
president
loads.
waiting.
This would allow the team to wait for final checkouts to assess propellant levels,
God.
engines, avionics, vehicle
God, barely a month
pressurization,
after Flight 3.
range, weather. Occasionally we've
I
had
need you.
triple
Oh,
rendering in the
sorry,
past,
Falcon.
but
My
that
bad.
doesn't sound like that is
My
the
bad,
case.
brother.
Yeah, not today. No shrimp boats, which is great. Everything so far is looking good. We're getting really excited here. Just a few minutes
Alright,
away.
we're
gonna go
like
back,
here. We're in
send it
the.
over to Dan in Starbase. How's it going, Dan?
We haven't seen a single mission control shot, by the way.
Great, just coming up on about 3.5
Not a
minutes
single mission
away, so
control
we should
shot,
be done
which
with
is
our
interesting.
prop load on ship momentarily. Then about 30 seconds later,
Whoa.
we'll close out on booster.
There we go. Good job.
Our
I
flight
fixed it.
control team on board, or in the building just behind me. Not on board. Some of them might wish they were on board.
On
The
board.
flight control team in the building
Uh-oh.
behind me, they're going to have a lot of work to do right after we lift off, as we still have
Orange
a
man
lot
is
of
chilling.
manual
He's
checks that
Bing
happen on
chilling.
the tower prior to the
We don't want to
flight
scrub it, do we?
Tristan Pierce again today.
You want a nice,
Giving
beautiful.
manual command
We go. I mean, we have to keep in mind.
back
It's
to the
possible that the
launch
first
site.
catch attempt was
And
just a
we have-
fluke, and
the
this is
tower
actually
did
very difficult.
just
So
incredibly
we of
well
course have to.
on
It's the
last
same
flight.
procedure
We
with
was
the catches last time, where they have to do like the
catch.
go no go and the
So we're
manual
gonna see that
input for the
today.
catch.
A lot of the team,
So,
really putting
you know, it's not a guarantee we're going for a catch again,
guys.
guys. So you know,
Played a huge
temper
role in making that
expectations, of
catch
course.
possible, and
Banana.
hopefully seeing that happen.
Banana.
And of course, sending our first payload to space. You can see the banana. It's
Banana.
very tightly secured, but I assure you it does
You
have
ready
some
for
room to
420?
float around. So once we're
Honestly,
in
Elon
the
not
zero
doing
gravity
something.
environment,
This is all,
we
by
should
the way,
see
if this is
our first
look,
Starship
it debates how
zero
you, it
gravity
is
in
debatable how you
the
count it, but it is.
show. And that's looking right
If
in,
you
that's
count it
gonna
a certain
have
way, this is the
several
420th SpaceX launch of all time, which is just
So, coming up on about 2.5
make of that
minutes,
what you
we
will.
are closing out on all of our prop load. Just heard that our fill drains are starting to close, so that means we're no longer going to be flowing propellant into the booster and the ship.
All right, here we go.
Do what's called pushback.
They should have put
So
like an
all that
inflatable
propellant
minion in
in
there.
The ground systems is going to get pushed back to
The
the
banana.
tanks, clear out everything around the pad.
All right, within 2 minutes.
Before we light those 33 engines and take off. Just quick
Right,
reminder,
recording going there.
You're going to see fire start at the bottom. You're going to see the deflector start at about 10 seconds.
Double check
before
sound is
launch.
good for you guys. It's
Lots
not
of
too
water
loud,
to
not too
help
quiet.
dissipate all
I'll
that
look
heat,
on
hold
the
that
little
sound.
mixer table here.
And the engine starting
Yeah,
out in
that's
3
good to
different
me.
groups. And then about a second after T0.
I'd rather
we
be a
should see
touch quiet than a
liftoff.
touch loud.
About 2.5 minutes into the flight, a little bit longer. We'll see. hot
Maybe I'll make
staging,
Dan a little bit loud.
and
No,
that's when we're going to be listening really close.
Yeah,
on
I
those
don't want to keep
loops
fiddling with
to
things.
see if we're going to be bringing the booster.
Don't hold,
back
don't
on.
hold. Yeah, we have to wait for that T minus 40 hold.
It's never a guarantee. We've done this once. We'll see if we do it again. We're only going to do
Still
it.
waiting.
Booster.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't think we're doing VC today. I think we're just gonna chill out here in live.
But
I'm just gonna talk to
coming up
chat.
on a minute.
But okay, here we go. Here we go. This is
Any
it.
holds
Fingers
on
crossed.
the board
Yes, sir.
right now. So as long as
T-minus
we have
1
any
minute.
last-second things, which do happen.
Now. Starship launches is so awesome.
All right, flight director just confirmed T-minus 1 minute.
All right, wait for the 40 hold. I'm gonna turn the volume up just a touch,
Key moment to look at. in
so I can
10
hear the
seconds,
Raptors.
that
See if
T-minus
it blows
40.
out the mic again like it did on Flight 4. All right, 40. No hold. We're going. And make sure it's the
Flew
highest
right
quality.
through that.
Yep. 30 seconds. Here we go. It's time to get real. Starship time. Flight 5. Flight 6.
Go for launch.
Go for launch. Good to hear.
All right, we're now T-minus 20 seconds
20.
until liftoff of Starship Flight
Hype.
6. This will mark our second attempt to catch the Super Heavy booster at the
No
launch
Raptor aboard.
tower.
33 good engines. Here we go. 10 seconds. Here's the telemetry. 5. Deluge.
4, 3, 2.
Ignition. 33. Watch movement. We have liftoff. Flight 6 is in the air. 33 good Raptors. Beautiful. Love to see it. Pitching downrange. Wait for power and telemetry call. Chamber pressure call too. Can this video player go away maybe?
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Yep. And there's the roll program.
Chamber pressure nominal.
There's chamber pressure nominal. All the tiles are on. All the engines are on. 30 seconds into flight. Oh. Looks like that's just finishing up the roll program right there.
Avionics, power, and telemetry.
There's power and telemetry nominal. You saw tile? Okay, well, one's fine. Alright, should be getting max Q here in the next 10-ish or so seconds.
Vehicle
All right,
has
we're
reached
just a little over a minute
maximum
into flight.
dynamic
We're
pressure.
about
Alright, there's max Q, right on
6 miles
schedule.
away, so all the sound's still hitting us here. Hearing good call-outs that power
Look at
telemetry
that.
nominal,
33
that's flying straight and true.
lit
We
Raptors
see
never gets old.
all
There's the
33
vapor cone.
Raptor engines lit up
Vapor
on
trail.
telemetry screens. At this point, we've passed
This
through that
UI
point of maximum
player, video player
aerodynamic
thing not
pressure,
leaving
that
is
max
really annoying
Q.
me, but not important. We're looking forward to hot staging next.
A little over a minute from
There it goes.
now
Went away.
is going to be hot staging. So we're going to see the 6 engines.
All right, so around
on the
2:30
ship.
is when we're looking
Still
for hot
attached to the
staging.
Booster. Just before that, we'll see all but 3 center engines on the booster
Looking
shut
good.
down. And
I wonder if we'll get to see that same like green shot.
Instead of
You
main
don't
engine.
doesn't seem to be showing us any onboards right now, so we'll see.
And so while we continue to watch it go up,
Hey, it
a lot
launched.
of our
Hey,
flight
indeed.
controllers
There's
looking
a
at
view
all
from the
systems
south,
around
tracking
the
shot from
tower.
the south.
Again, we have to send
If we get to see hot
manual
staging
command.
from, they've usually been showing hot staging from the onboards lately. So seeing a hot stage from the
just about
from a
30
tracking shot would be really
seconds
cool,
away
and
from
see the
hot
engine
staging.
staggering down. Should be coming up here in the next 10 or so seconds. And then we're looking for a good boost back. Very quiet all of a sudden here. Everyone's anticipating the hot stage. Any second now.
And we heard the tower is go for catch.
All right, there's stagger down.
The return
There we
flag
go.
is set for
Watch
true.
for the ship ignition. All 6 on the ship. Good hot stage. Watch for the boost back light. Everything on the boost back is lit. Beautiful. Perfect
All right,
hot stage.
staging confirmed.
It's incredible if that
Lit
works
on the
still.
ship.
Incredible.
Booster boost back going.
We have
heard that
tower
we are
good
go
for catch, and it looks like the booster from out
Jay
just
Jess
visually
taking
looks
the views.
healthy.
Hopefully I got a booster coming home real soon.
Wow, from our view here, Dan.
Yeah, I know. Cookie,
great
he
views
was
of
this guy was helping me
behind
with
that super heavy
helping me
booster.
with some Discord
Right now
stuff.
it is performing the
Ship
boost
chamber
back
pressure
burn.
nominal.
He was
Good
setting
news
up like
there,
buttons
telling
and
us
stuff.
that the,
I should be focused on the
pressures
gosh darn Starship launch.
inside
Jesus
the
Christ.
ship are good. That is the second stage.
All right,
of
but we
upper
have
portion of the
6
vehicle.
Raptors lit
Follow
on the
along
ship.
with
It is
telemetry
accelerating.
on the bottom of your screen.
Booster is boosting
Yeah,
back.
booster is currently super heavy. Is currently
And there we go, down to
in
3.
its boost back burn. This boost back burn.
Avionics, power, and telemetry nominal.
Good call for the ship.
This boost back burn lasts just a little bit over a minute.
And
So
there's
you've got
boost
a
back
little-
shutdown.
Approximately 30 seconds left.
We've had shutdown of that boost back burn.
You said
Up
30
next
seconds
is
left right as it
hot
shut
stage
down, which is,
jettison.
whatever. There's hot stage jettison, you can see it.
From the camera on the left, or from the
And now
booster
we
on
will
the
see if the
left-hand
command
side
was
of your
sent.
screen, And then tracking cam there on the right-hand side of your screen.
Wait to see if the
You'll
command
see
was
the grid
set.
fins.
Booster offshore divert.
Oh, offshore,
And
no
you can
catch.
also see that the
No catch.
hot stage has been jettisoned.
No
Yes,
catch.
Visual confirmation of that there on your screen, which is great. Now the next
Starship is following a nominal
No
trajectory.
catch.
The next step for booster is going into that landing burn. Again, it'll light up 13 of those
Unless,
engines.
right, we
and
heard
then,
offshore divert, right? That's why the boost back
tear
shut down
to
soon.
3 engines right before booster
No
All
catch.
right, now just real quick, we did hear the call out, booster offshore divert. Unfortunately, that means that we are no-go for the catch.
No catch.
As we said before, both the tower and the vehicle, as well as the operators on console, have been actively evaluating the commit criteria for that return to the launch tower. And
Okay, well, this is
unfortunately,
interesting.
We did not have a pass on those commit criteria, so we are no-go for
Well, I guess
tower catch.
Booster 13 won't be
And we
reused.
did mention that we're constantly evaluating the criteria for catch. There's
Well,
a
that's an
lot
L.
of things that need to go well in order to line that up. Unfortunately, today we will forego booster catch today. But what you're seeing on your screen is ship currently making its way towards the Indian Ocean. Still looking good so far.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure, yeah, well, we'll
views
see- we'll
there
see how
of
close
the
it gets.
booster on the left-hand side of your screen,
Wow,
views of the
no
ship on
catch.
the right-hand side of your screen. Now, we said before that it was
Ship
not
still looks good.
guaranteed
That
to
explains
make
why
a,
the boost back
tower
shut down
catch
sooner.
today. So while we were hoping for it, like we said, it was pretty epic on attempt 1, but the safety of the
That makes
teams
sense why
and
the
public and,
boost back shut down
and
sooner because
the
they
pad itself
canceled the.
are paramount. So we are accepting no compromises in any of those areas.
Wonder what that was about.
Exactly, and we're still going to get a lot of good flight data with booster even, but especially with ship. Again,
We'll
we have
see
an
if this
additional
landing burn
objective
works.
today to do an in-space relight of a Raptor engine, which again will help us set us up for
No, it's like
being
rolling.
able to do deorbit burns, which is
Ship chamber pressure is nominal.
which.
Oh, is there something wrong with the
which
grid
is
fin?
important for orbital flights. And what
Oh,
you're seeing
there is
on your
something
screen is a view
seriously
from
wrong right now
Super
with the
Heavy
booster.
as it's making its way back down to Earth.
Yeah, once again, we are attempting
We'll see if
an
the relight
offshore
works.
landing of the Super Heavy booster. So we have seen this before, and it is still very fun
Is
to
the
watch,
grid fin
watching it
messed
come
up?
down for a soft splashdown off.
We'll
the
see if it
Gulf
lights.
Coast
I
of
mean-
Texas. We can see it there re-entering. We saw earlier those grid
It
fins.
should be relighting right now.
for
There's relight.
subsonic grid fins.
Oh, it's gonna land.
Burn has begun on the Super Heavy booster.
And same
There's down to
pattern,
3.
13 engines will light.
I mean,
Down
okay.
to 3, just as we expected.
Yeah, I mean,
What an incredible
Cool.
view of splashdown that we got today. Of
Did your landing
Super
shut down?
Heavy.
Yeah, I'm sure the buoy cam views will be pretty awesome once again.
Well, that was
so we'd like to
interesting.
confirm a water landing once again for the Super Heavy booster.
All right, well,
Congrats
we'll
to
wait to
the
see
SpaceX
a
team,
successful orbital insertion for the ship.
making that milestone as well. Now, ship
Yeah, they cut away with it
continues
before it
to look
popped.
Good. We can see that it is. While all of that was happening, the crowd here in Hawthorne continuing to react to all these amazing views that we're getting. The next milestone is
Starship is in terminal guidance.
So about 26,500-ish is about
Starship
the
terminal
speed that it'll
guidance
cut
referring
off.
to what we see here on our screen.
We
the
just want to
upper
get a
stage,
nominal,
at about
I don't know, not orbital
8
insertion, but
minutes,
nominal.
35 seconds or
trajectory
so. We
insertion or
have
something?
ship engine cutoff.
Ooh,
which will be the cutoff
we've been
of
waiting for this camera forever.
The Raptor engines.
It's not a great view, but okay. There's the VAC's off. Now down to the sea levels. RIP booster, yeah, RIP
We
booster
can
13.
see on our screen ship giving us some incredible views brought to us by Starlink. This view is also very interesting because we can see basically the receding tile
Well, they find the
line
sea
that we
levels. They use
referred
it as
to
like kind of a
earlier,
trimming because they can
where
get
we
finer
mentioned we
because the
have
sea levels can
removed a
gimbal.
number
So
of
they
heat
and they
shield
probably have
tiles in
finer
order to
finer
test out
throttling with the sea
and
level,
push
so they
the
use it to just
envelope
kind
on
of
the
trim the
ship and
orbit, get
demonstrate
more
what
precise
its
control. So it should be
capabilities
shutting
are.
off right there.
Cut off.
And there we just heard call out for SECO, ship engine cutoff. Great news there. Everything continuing to look awesome for ship.
Full view looking aft on ship here.
Ship FTS is saved.
I don't know if there's a call for nominal.
Nominal orbit insertion.
There we go.
There's that call out we were waiting for. Confirmation of good orbital insertion for ship today.
It has been a very exciting
I think the
afternoon
backs
so
are fine,
far.
Cookie.
We'd like to send it back over to Dan, who can give us that live view experience. Dan, once again, are you okay after witnessing another Starship launch?
Yeah, totally fine. It's you guys have to be jealous. This is the only.
Okay. Now it's autopsy time. Have enough? Yeah, it'll be fine. So we have to look at around like the T-minus 35-minute mark. You guys have to remind me to be back live so we can be there in time for the relight. But what happened? Why did I want to see if there's any visual indication as to what happened? I mean, we lost onboards of the booster. People are gonna sit in the ship. Yeah, well, this thing isn't like crew ready. How many the grid friend? Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was something weird with like the grid fin, maybe. I'm trying to see. There's just we didn't get very much onboard at all of the booster. This camera feed's kind of messing up. I mean, it ended up being fine because we rode this camera feed all the way into orbit. Okay, so this is the last time we saw anything on board of the. Yeah, I mean, you can't see any detail on the booster here. And we heard you saw some metal falling off. Where? What time? I mean, there was some speculation of the hot stage being too energetic on the grid fins and like kind of blasting them and messing them up. Is that like something coming out of the booster? I can't tell. It could just be ship venting. There's hot stage, you know, not high resolution enough to really be able to see anything. Here's boost back burn. When's our next? At this point, okay. Is that supposed to be like that? What was that? So I don't think Twitter can slow-mo. We're using archaic technology here, Cookie. I mean, you can see the warping on the grid fin. I mean, you can see it. It looks kind of waffly, you know? I mean, not waffly is the right word, but you can see the warping on it. But what is this thing? What is that? That is not... No, it definitely wasn't like that at launch. We saw this happen on Flight 5. The grid fin got warped because of the hot stage exhaust. But what is this? Yeah, the warping's, I don't think, a big deal. But does anyone know what this is? It's a sensor? Well, it wasn't, we didn't have it on Booster 12. Did we? Software? I don't think it's software. They decommitted from the catch, early. And it's obviously why the thing wasn't stable. Oh, is that like a giant yaw? Is that normal? It's so hard to tell what's normal and what isn't. So, obviously if they have roll control problems, they can't... Flight 7 won't be Block 2 super heavy. They'll still be Block 1. No. They said before hot staging that the tower was go. And the boost back relight is good. I mean, a grid fin actuator broke. That is possible. I still don't know what this is. So someone's gonna have to figure that out, because this thing was almost definitely not there.
Like, if you go back to before launch, was it there? Let me just make sure the ship is still alive, right? Yeah, it's still doing good. Entering the night now. Q. No, I don't want to be live. Gosh darn it. No. Oh my god. Thank you. No, stop setting me to live. Does Starship land on Moscow? I don't think it will. My money's not down. I don't think Putin would be too thrilled about that situation. Can it just not, please? Please? Okay. You know what we do in situations like this, where Twitter is going to be Twitter? Oh, there's the banana. It looks fine. It didn't explode or anything. I just go look back on my own stream. Because then we can actually rewind, because it's YouTube and, you know, like normal. Okay, I want to see if we got any shots of onboard the booster. I want to know what that weird hose-looking thing is. Maybe the hostage ring broke. With a hostage ring, they jettisoned that. Oh, we're not going to see any onboards here. Okay, let's look for after so there, whatever that thing is, you know, a point of concern. No, it's not all reusable cookie dough. Okay, so that's where it flips and starts accelerating. And there's shutdown. The shutdown looked pretty normal. God, everyday astronaut's got to be fuming right now. The dude, Tim Dodd, the lovely Tim Dodd, he missed the first flight because he was at his friend's wedding, so he didn't get to see the catch that happened. And then, when he actually shows up for one, they don't do the catch. So, poor guy. Okay, the tube is now gone. So maybe that was just some hot stage thing. So this thing became unstable, like, instantly. So ship's on its way into orbit. That's all good. Hold on. Hold. Is the booster, is it still floating? There's still cameras? Hold on. Hold on. This is a crazy thing I'm thinking right now. This can't be right. Do you guys have any idea what I'm talking about? Oh, I'm saying, shouldn't there be a grid fin here? It goes 1, 2. Okay. The chances of a grid fin physically separating have to be like 0. I'm gonna assume that, but like right here, it is like completely unstable already. Like, this grid fin is just doing weird things. It's, like, slowly turning. And then, like, quickly. This actuator looks broke. Maybe it's trying to... Yeah, that actuator might just be broken. Or maybe it's trying... People say hostage ring broke off. Yeah, that hostage ring is causing a lot of issues. Hostage ring broke off. We still could have went for the catch if the hostage ring broke off. I mean, it's probably safer not to. Is there any visual? I'm sure there's people with better cameras, but I don't want to, copyright and all that stuff. Looking for peculiar things on the hostage ring. I mean, this weird tube here is kind of evidence that it's possible the hostage ring broke. And that could just be, that looks like, I mean, it looks normal on that shot. Did it even separate? Yeah, we saw it separate. Ooh, maybe the hostage ring did break. Yeah, I'm seeing it here because it looks like I can see, this is right as the engines are separating. So it looks like there might be some separation already on the hostage ring. It's possible the thing just like snapped on hostage and, just the positive G's kept it on. That's fascinating. Okay, but how did that cause all these crazy control problems? Did it just like bonk into something? Did it like, I guess if it got like smushed or something, it could have hit a grid fin actuator and messed up the grid fin actuator. I think a good theory is that it got kind of scrunched or something. It got scrunched and like smashed into a grid fin actuator. Because, I mean, it's not stable. I think it's pretty clear something's aerodynamically not correct here. Like, I mean, look at it just twisting and... Can I get 1080p, please? Thank you. See the relight here. This all looks pretty normal. So this like weird tipping, how should they go? Yeah. Broke off on flight 3. Yep, that is a leading theory. This like weird tipping thing, I'm assuming this is a translation to simulate a catch. This could be something of note, but I think it's just simulating the maneuver into the tower. There's splashdown. Poorly drawn, how you doing? Did you, Lamp Eater? I mean, I imagine that would be the case. Rip.
Yo, look at that.
Ah! Oh! Maybe the tower is not go. Sorry, NSF, I accidentally saw that. I'm not trying to copyright you, I'll take that off the screen, but that people lost some money there. The tower might not be as much of a go as we thought it was. The like lightning mast thing broke. I don't think it could have. I don't think it could have landed. I don't think it could have been caught. Well, they said tower go. I mean,
Yeah, Vulcan. I think I just mentioned that if we're talking about the same thing. I think that might just be to simulate a catch, but who really knows? But looks like a few things went wrong on this launch. Hey, look, this is a Starlink kind of version. So it's like the little Starlink door. The Starlink can kind of come out and shoot out the Pez dispenser. So we know that there is at least a couple issues on this flight. And now we just wait. Boy, that was a bummer. We're having to wait a long time for the next one of these. But hopefully we see a good entry of Starship. Everything was ghost separating. Yeah, look, I think the theory that the hostage ring broke is a pretty good theory. They obviously didn't have air control. Like, I think if they would have went for the catch, on that, I think it was pretty clear that Super Heavy did not have roll control, and you need the roll to be correct. I mean, not least because you need the booster QD attachment point to line up with the attachment point on the OLM, but you also need the little nubby things to line up with. You need the nubby things to line up with the tower, and you can, in theory, correct for that with the Raptors and use gimbaling, but you probably don't want to risk it. Cookie, what are you linking to me? Oh, Scott Manley. Well, he's probably already figured out exactly what happened. Oh, ISS just has a picture from the ISS. That's really cool. Space station picture. I thought Scott Manley already done some crazy math, and he already knows what's going on. All right, let's see what the flight timeline is. Refresh my memory. So we're looking for prop demo. Or relight demo at 37 minutes, so we're about 10 minutes away from it. Does rewinding work? I want to look at that lightning rod tower. God, can I just pause? Will that make things be able to be? Twitter, I swear to God, I don't want to watch live. I don't want to watch live. I'm gonna. Elon, I don't want to watch live. Can I untick the live button? Can I untick it? Or have I just overloaded Elon's servers? No, I don't want to watch live. Is that going to rewind correctly? Nope. I am forced to watch live. Well, I guess I can... It is not much useful data. I guess we can look at the liftoff and see if the we can see what happened to the lightning tower mast communication thing, whatever this thing is, because that thing seemed to get messed up a little bit. I'm at 50 seconds. I thought I was closer. Let's see if there's anything visually that happened to the tower. There's ignition. Liftoff. I don't see anything. Ship QD retracted normally. And that's the last we see of the ground. You might get some onboard here real quick. There's SPI. Nah, just the cloud. Can't see anything. Boy, what a shame. I just have to kind of sit here in silence and disappointment.
No, I don't want Trump anymore.
Methane tank went pop that was on splash and learned can from lab Podrick. Well, there's a difference between being unstable in the roll axes and being uncontrollable in the roll axes. And I mean, you know, if I had to make a theory right now, a game theory, a Starship theory, it would be that the hot staging ring kind of gave up and the power of hot staging kind of caved it in, which either the heat or it physically contacted a grid fin motor, thus ruining the grid fin. And then when you lose control of one grid fin, then you're done, you know. Banana. Watching Banana, yeah, that is pretty good. And you know, you can't. I don't think you could even get the pitch control necessary to do like kind of the approach to tower maneuver, because you got to kind of fly a little bit horizontal. And but this goes to show how much can go wrong with a highly sophisticated vehicle like this. NSF says towers go. Yeah, we heard that over mission control, but there was, I mean, that mast on top of the tower was clearly bent. I mean, that might not preclude a catch, but I mean, it seems to me that a grid fin was messed up at the bare minimum. True, the funnier of the golf. That was calm, doesn't care about landing. A bit of it. Yeah, you're probably right. Okay. Do they have any of your theories on NSF? Because I can't really go over and listen to them. Does anyone have any good theories, or is my theory obviously the best? I mean, I was told that something went wrong on the hot stage. I didn't figure it out myself, but I mean, this kind of. I mean, this hostage ring is not very sophisticated. It's just kind of a big slab of metal. So, I mean, we know it's had issues on Flight 3. Sunrise and I bet it'll be a little bit later than that, maybe 20 minutes away. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it'll be only 10. Maybe an engine chill pipe. Yeah, I think that actually. I do think I almost remember hearing something they may have moved an engine chill pipe. No, it can't be an engine chill pipe. No, but freaking Jesus Christ! Because didn't we see it after separation? So unless the chill pipe physically broke, in which case that is bad news for the upcoming activities with the ship. May have been hit by the hot stage ring. But the hostage ring is still attached, so unless it's like physically just, I mean, it couldn't have been that catastrophic of damage. Yeah, Cookie, I've been saying that. What? You went off in like Narnia, or you went off in Hogwarts? What? Oh yeah, okay. But that's a lot of damage. Compared to, quote, the flex tape guy. That's a lot of damage. Because you think, like, if it messed up a grid fin, if it severed a chill line, you almost think you'd be looking at it damaging the tank. But the booster, the propulsion clearly performed perfectly. It did a good boost spec burn, and then it relight normally for a landing burn and stuff. So I'm sure some of the people with really good tracking cameras will be able to figure it out. Maybe Elon will take to Twitter. And we should be getting close to relight here, so I'm going to listen back in. I wonder if Elon's posted on Twitter. Nothing new. KSP or not today? I do not have plans to play KSP today. The orbit is higher than the ISS. What? What? Cookie, what are you talking about? ISS is like 450 kilometers. Oh, they're coming back.
And we are just about 35 minutes into today's flight test. Continuing to get some live views from Starship itself as it continues to make
If
its
that
way around the
line
globe.
got severed, that could be.
We are coming up on what we will hopefully see is our in-space relight demonstration.
Some storms going on
This
down
will
there.
be firing up one of those 3 sea level
You are a
Raptors
genius,
on the
Cookie.
very end of the ship, and essentially reigniting it while we're in.
I mean, hopefully the
microgravity
whatever
environment in Earth orbit.
Shenanigans went on during
This once previously on
whatever
flight
shenanigans
3,
went on during the
but
hot
ended up skipping
staging.
it when we had some attitude
Didn't,
control
impact the ship.
issues, with the ship, and we are
We're
on the
studying
dark
for
side of the planet
infrastructure,
right now.
well,
So
A noble
views are going to
pursuit,
be
Cookie.
a little bit dark, but hopefully we see some engine light come on.
Hopefully the
as we do
telemetry will
this
work.
relay test.
And maybe
This
we'll get to
is
see that, like,
a
engine
pretty
bay view.
critical capability for doing deorbit burns. This is not a deorbit burn. Want to stress that we're on a trajectory where
This
if we
looks
didn't
like
fire
pro
off the
grade,
engine
by
at
the way.
all, we are definitely coming home.
What's the blue light?
Seeing
I don't
some
know.
some thunderstorms down on the ground. That's pretty cool. But this is not a deorbit
Oh.
burn. If we didn't fire this engine, we're on a intentional suborbital.
I actually
trajectory.
don't know what's going on there.
So no matter what, we're coming in. over
what
the
is
Indian
making a
Ocean.
blue light?
Firing off the engine does change your exact splashdown point a little bit, but we've got this.
Is that like the
bounce out
light?
across the entire
That could be
Indian Ocean.
thunder, or is that like a
Made sure it
relay?
was clear ahead of flight, and we continue to monitor during. But we're going to aim for that, and hopefully
Seems to be
see
some
this
ships
relay
in the
test coming
splashdown
on
area.
in about a minute. It's just going to be one of these engines, and it
I hope not.
uses what's
And there's
called the
buoys
header
that'll be
tanks,
there.
So these small spherical tanks in the very top of Starship, up in the nose cone.
I have no idea
they
what
don't
these.
require nearly as much.
It could be
gas
venting
to
that's like
pressurize
reflecting
the
light
main
weirdly.
tanks, so
I've
they're
actually,
really
that's actually
useful
probably
for,
what it is. Probably
any
venting with some weird.
in-orbit maneuvers.
But yeah.
Yeah, I
and
think.
then for landing burns.
I think
So
just
if
some
we
weird
get to a landing
reflections
burn,
off some gas
Today we'll be
venting.
using them for that as well. So we should be coming up in.
Alright, they
just
gotta
about
get
the
this
next
relay,
minute.
I mean-
Should be under a minute now, away from that expected ship burn.
They got to do the relay.
And again, we've relit Raptors pretty frequently. We just did it with the landing burn and that boost back burn on the booster, and we've done it on ship landing burns. We just haven't done it in this microgravity environment where your propellant management and a lot of other things are different, as you're not
should
really
be
under
in-
the force of Earth's
Oh,
gravity.
we hear startup. Oh, there we go. There's the light accelerating. Looks good. There's the
I just
visual,
heard the call out for
and there's
startup.
shutdown. I think that went well.
There's some light. There's that Raptor relit. And shut down.
That was pretty quick.
All right, there you have it. The first time ever lighting a Raptor while in outer space, other than our ascent burn.
That was a
so
little.
really cool to see that relit.
A little uneventful, but it did it.
Critical capability that we're
That
going
was
to
nice.
when we're doing orbital missions in the not too distant future. So check another one off. That was a really cool. That was an objective we really wanted to hit on this one.
We have proven
so
Raptor
good
can
to see
relay.
ship knock that one out in orbit. But for now, we're going to coast
Oh,
for
flaps are
just
moving.
a little bit longer, and then it'll be time for ship entry. So we'll get the usual light show as we return from
Starship is in entry
hypersonic
prep.
velocities. We're just starting to do the entry prep for that, so we're going to get the
Let's
flaps
make sure the
positioned,
stream is still looking good. Yep.
and then it's going to start taking the brunt of all. the
Entry.
well
47
in excess of
minutes.
10,000 miles an hour. That's
We
all
should be
gonna
starting to get
build up
some
a lot of
exciting
heat
stuff
as
soon
you're
here, though.
Encountering and increasing
when
atmosphere,
next
building up
launch?
that friction.
February or
We're
March, I
gonna
think.
see how the tiles fare. We've also got some pretty cool tile experiments that we'll talk about in a little bit. But
But I mean, hey, this
Not
is
real
this
soon.
is also kind of exciting. We had to see a little more aggressive entry profile and the daytime landing burn, so that'll be nice to see. Too long, well. It'd be better if there was a catch on this. Really? Okay, well. Looks like the starting to pitch up, starting to reorient for. Quiet that down. Starting to reorient for entry. No, make sure it gets back to live. Not tumbling, yes sir. Got to be aggressive. Yeah, I don't know if visually we'll be able to tell how aggressive it is. Hopefully we get less burn through. That'll be nice. Because we got burn through on flight, a lot of burn through on flight 4 and some burn through on flight 5. So I would still expect a little bit because this design is kind of, you know, flawed, especially the forward flaps. So we'll expect that. Land flat. I think it'll land. My prediction is that it will land successfully. Plasma. That is probably not plasma, but it's still pretty high up. I mean, honestly, that could be plasma. I really think that's just gases that are. But that looks like a glow. Is this venting already, or not plasma already? I mean, it's pretty high up. This looks like plasma. Well, this is new. Why is there plasma already? Yeah, that's plasma. Some weird flight. Weird flight. We usually don't see plasma until like 103, 105 kilometers. 100, like 15 is when we started saying that's crazy. Maybe because it's nighttime, it's easier to see or something. The TNT Strand of Doom. I don't know. I'm kind of giving up trying to figure out what's happening. I'm just gonna sit and watch. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Can we not be in 480p, please? Oh, we genuinely were in 480p. The DNA of Doom. Probably darkness, yeah. And right about now is when we should start to. Doesn't it look a little bit off? This could just being me, but it looks like. Doesn't it look like it's rolled to the right? I'm probably just being a little fire. It's almost. I'm quite sure it's not a fire. You can see that forward flap is extended more than the aft flap because you can see the camera can kind of draw a line. It's like out to here and this one's out to there. So they're trying to pitch the vehicle up. It looks like it's dark. Oh, a little bit of movement. Why aren't they coming back? I mean, we're at like 102 kilometers. We're like, this is entry. Could be cross range capability. Yeah.
Good attitude for atmospheric entry.
Okay, good attitude. Okay. It's weird that they're not coming back yet. There's plasma on the ship. We're below the Kármán line now, or we're at the Kármán line. Is this thing not going to leave again? You can see that forward flap tucking in again. Definitely
burning DNA plasma strand of doom. I love the plasma on the reentries. A lot of fun. Oh. I wonder if any information can be learned. This is like a vent, right? And it's all like icy. I don't know if we could learn something about the super heavy, about hot staging here. Ooh. I would like to see views of both forward flaps, because they're the ones we really need to look out for. It broke on relight?
Yeah, people smarter than me will be able to figure it out. Why aren't they coming back? Are they just giving up because of the questionable booster landing? On on 3, 4, and 5, they had all been commentating by this point. I mean, everything is looking good. And this part of entry is pretty tame. They're starting to decelerate very slowly. Yeah, I don't see any evidence that anything's gone wrong yet, especially since they got that they got the successful relight on the ship. So that's a good sign. We should be expecting daytime in the coming minutes. Probably still a little bit of ways away, but start looking out for it. See, now I'm just looking at every little thing and wondering if there's something wrong. What is this? Is that a hinge or is that like some weird bent pipe?
Lifted off from Starbase at 4 p.m. Central Time. Super Heavy booster and ship had a successful separation as well as a good boost back burn and good separation of the hot stage adapter. We did not attempt a return to the launch site and catch attempt today when strict criteria were not met and the Super Heavy booster
Like a grid fin not working?
a planned divert to a landing burn and soft splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, obviously we were hoping to come back to the tower, but this was a test and we knew that it was a very viable possibility.
Starship is at 85 kilometers. Flaps now have control of the vehicle.
All right,
Good.
great news there, turning our attention over to the star of the show here, giving us these amazing
And
views
you think
once
that's a
again.
flap actuator?
We heard
Probably.
the call out there telling us that the Starship vehicle is now 83.
This view is pretty cool. Last time you got to see like some cool rainbow effects going on.
Now, actually, the ship, as you can see, is beginning to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere.
And start to
As
see
a
some
reminder,
plasma
one of the
forming
main
on the
goals
edge of the flap.
Today's flight test is for the ship to make it through the
Star of
extreme
the show,
heat
yes,
of
sir.
re-entry and to do so in a controlled
Oh,
manner.
rip.
Now, re-entry is typically a
Lost it
portion
there
of
for a
flight where
second.
we don't have communication capability with the spacecraft because it's re-entering at or around orbital velocity, which is roughly 8 kilometers per second or about 5 miles per second. Now at those speeds, yep, pretty fast, the spacecraft is moving through the atmosphere rather quickly, and that results in friction, as we can see that
Some
starting
venting.
to happen on our screen, and this creates a plasma field around the vehicle.
You can see
That
all these little
blanket of
tile
plasma
attach points. This is
distorts
all
communication
this used to be
frequencies,
tile.
so
They
it's not
removed all of it.
uncommon to experience brief
Which is kinda
blackouts
crazy.
in communication.
Starship is approaching the peak heating phase of entry.
All right. Ooh.
And we just heard we're getting into the peak heating phase. We're getting these views courtesy of Starlink. We've got 4 different terminals on the ship itself. It's what's really allowed us to get real-time data during what's otherwise been just a mystery box, essentially, for spacecraft design, where when you're re-entering through the atmosphere, at least
It's not
you're
friction,
getting
it's
anything
compression.
in
Did I
real
say
time.
friction?
Hasn't ever been
My bad.
possible before, but we're able to not just get these views, but real-time
There we go.
telemetry from the ship as it's coming.
We'll start to see the color change from this kind of red to kind of like a yellowy orange, and then we should probably start seeing some sparks here soon.
The heat shield is
You can actually
not
start
in
to
the
see a
same
couple of them.
configuration as it was last flight, where we had a team of ship techs do just an otherworldly task, replacing the entire heat shield, thousands of tiles, installing a backup ablative, and that pretty much set us up to do a pinpoint landing on Flight 5. We did not do that with this one. We have some backup in those really sensitive areas around the flap.
Oh, the
but
announcer
this
lady
is
set it
older
up.
generation heat shield. And
Announcer
knowing we
lady,
weren't
gosh darn
gonna
it,
do
fire
that,
her.
We even went and removed some extra tiles. There are some missing tiles on the nose cone where we're testing some backups. There are some steel-covered tiles in a couple of different spots.
This could get a little
and
sketchy
there's
here,
also
but we're
a
at
whole
peak
lot
heating,
more steel
or
of the ship
close to
showing,
peak heating, so.
as you guys talked about.
Oh, look at
Peak
the
heating, a little
look.
bit
I just
better,
noticed this. It's like
couple hundred
75,
tiles,
almost 80
trimmed
degrees.
off the sides.
That is
where we might have catch fittings. In the
That is
future,
steep.
We'll agree.
but color's starting to come in. So it looks like
Unless this is normal. This looks steeper than normal to me.
Yeah, fun fact, Dan, we actually removed 2,100 heat shield tiles from Starship in order to basically present that necessary receding line, which you kind of can see there in your view. Think back to previous flights. The heat shield line came up further.
Forward flaps
the
are doing
vehicle,
pretty
and
good.
Just like Dan said,
On
we
the two
wanna
times they had
test
issues,
vehicle
the burn through
beyond
started
what
happening
we think
around
it is capable of
58
carrying
kilometers.
based
So
on
keep
our
an eye between the
simulation
55 and 60
calculations.
kilometer range
So
for
once
burn
again,
through.
to just
We're
be
still pretty
super
high up.
plain, don't be surprised if we see some wackadoodle stuff happen here. We won't be.
Wackadoodle
there are a
stuff.
number of things that we are testing out intentionally to see.
Maybe
what
you
the
can tell on the
ship
top of the
can take.
RVAC
Melting. I didn't
Yeah,
notice
exactly.
anything.
Knowing what those limits are, will
They
really
I think they
help
still
us
have those
design the vehicle
those
of the
removed
future.
tiles on
Essentially
the
removing
bottom
those tiles
by
helps
the
us
engine
remove
bay,
a lot of weight
the
from
skirt.
vehicle, a lot of things that might
So it is
potentially need
possible that
refurbishment
there's
in the
burn
future.
through, and then
And
the
the goal
RVAC
is
gets
to
a little
come
melty.
up with a heat shield pattern or design that we don't have to refurbish. We can just continue to use it over and over again. And
What
that's
is
why
that?
we're changing some of those tiles and moving
Is
stuff
that what
around
you guys
and
are talking
removing a lot
about?
of
What
those
is
tiles,
that?
as Kate has been mentioning.
It looks like
Exactly.
a.
And, you know, looking forward to
That
the
could just be
Starship
gas
capability of the
interactions, or
future.
that-
We want to be able to catch Starship.
I guess
like
it is
we
just
do with
weird
boosters.
venting, but it
And
looked
so
like-
next flight,
looks like a
we
streamer,
want to
like,
better
you know?
understand where we can install catch hardware. Not necessarily
Is
to
it
actually
warping?
do the catch, but to see how
I mean,
that
yeah, I don't
hardware
think
holds up in those spots. And
Some
today's
warping
flight
wouldn't
will
be
help
totally
inform,
unusual.
you know, does the stainless steel hold up like we think it may based on experiments that we conducted on Flight 5? Now, continuing to look
God,
at
I'm-
amazing views.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
Dan,
getting
go ahead.
Nervous for this entry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, there's so much on this flight that we're doing to try and, you know, make all the ships that we're about to start flying even better. Just really understand what their capabilities are gonna be. We've got kind of the next gen ship lined up for Flight 7. It's got all of those heat shield upgrades and everything. And one of the things that
Pretty
we're gonna be doing
alloy,
that's
okay.
most interesting, and one of the
I
reasons
haven't
we wanna
noticed
do
anything
it
on
is
the
we're gonna be
RVAX.
flying pretty aggressively as ship comes in. We're going to be kind of
The pitch is
down,
decreasing.
and we've done it
Or
in
has
wind tunnels,
decreased
we've
a
done
little
it in
bit.
Simulations, you might see the flaps really flapping around trying to control the vehicle. We're betting we might have a little bit more capability than we think in just the analysis, but always a chance that bet
The way
doesn't pay
Dan's
off.
talking about this, they're
It
like
just helps us
Are
know
they
where
trying to do
we're
like something
going.
absolutely?
Starship is now halfway through the peak heating
deep
phase.
breaths. The way Dan, are they like doing like absolutely nutso things with this ship?
Yeah, and if you guys
Are they doing, like,
can follow along
acrobatics
with
during
the altitude
re-entry?
and the speed of ship
So this-
as it
those could just be
makes its way
buoys.
back down to Earth,
I
bottom
highly
right-hand
doubt
corner
if
of the
those
screen.
are physically both. They gotta zoom
Speed
zoom.
is still going really,
I mean, Starship
really
isn't that
fast.
big
Again,
relative to the
as
ocean.
it
Like
gets
a ship
closer to
could
Earth, we'll see that altitude
move
drop a
one
little
Starship
bit
length
faster.
of
It's kind
distance in
dropping
like, you
pretty
know,
slow right
not
now.
long.
And again,
Start to
as
see
we
some of
get
that
closer and
rainbow
closer
effect going on.
to literally the surface of the water, then we'll start to see that speed pick up. And if we can make it through this re-entry, we will attempt to do that flip maneuver once again.
On the
and
daytime, should
splash
be a few
down in
minutes
the
from now.
ocean.
Exactly.
Let's
like
hope we
we've
can
been
even make
saying,
it to daytime,
we
right?
are testing beyond the perceived limits of the vehicle.
Why? I want to
want
see a
to go learn
landing.
more
I
about
want to
the
see
ship.
a.
This
I
is
want
a
to
great
see a
opportunity
relight
to
and
do
a
that,
flip
really
in
pushing
daytime.
the
Why are you
flight
testing
hardware
beyond the
in a
limits of the
flight
vehicle?
environment, to help inform
Why?
these
Why are
future
you doing that?
designs. As we've mentioned,
I want to see a
heat shield-
daytime
this
landing.
heat
If you guys
shield
lose this
is,
ship, you won't be able to see a daytime landing.
A horror.
Not the same generation as what we
Flaps
flew
don't look
last
like they're
time.
melting.
This
They're
is
not quite at the
generation
point where they've
older.
been melting in previous flights. There's still another
we are
5
also
kilometers
testing out
down to
new
go.
Secondary thermal protection materials. So basically, like if the heat shield isn't in this one spot, can this other material protect the metal?
Just keep an eye on the attitude indicator here. You know, if it starts doing
checking
funky
of the
things.
ship's structural strength in those areas where we're looking to add that ship catch hardware, just to see if it survives entry. So yeah, as we've been saying, we've done a lot of calculations and
Kind of a cool
simulations.
shot.
This view right here is super cool. This is looking out from the aft engine bay, basically at the bottom.
This is still
of
pretty
Starship.
similar to Flight 5.
Then on the center
Not cool, Viz.
left-hand
Yes,
You're right,
panel, if you
Skylin,
will,
but
we have one
Or
of
Kylan.
the
But
forward
I
Starship
want cool
flaps,
vids,
flaps,
and
one of the flaps
I'm not
located
space.
at
I
the
want
top
it.
of the vehicle. Underneath that is one of the aft end flaps.
Well, you can
like
start to
one
see the
that
ground
we
is
see
starting to
in
get a
the
little bit
picture
lighter
there on
outside.
the
We're
right-hand side.
approaching the daytime.
Now these views as the
You can actually
vehicle
see the daytime
moves
over
into
there,
the
right?
Earth's atmosphere.
So we're getting
drawing
close
a
for
crowd
light.
once again here.
Which is nice. You can get a good sense of the velocity. This is the cool part.
In as the mission continues on. Now the next event that we have coming up, we should hear the call out that the vehicle is transonic.
Incredible. This is pretty
around
awesome.
T plus 1 hour and 2
Oh,
minutes or so.
mission control.
That
Oh, I thought I was
means
gonna say
that
something.
The vehicle is traveling near the speed of sound. We say near the
Does
speed of
this look
sound
like
because
warping
there's
to you
parts of
guys?
the vehicle where
That
it
almost
goes-
looks like
going faster, and other parts where it's going slower.
death.
So it kind of teeters there on the brink
This looks-
of the speed of sound. So once we have equal flow on all parts, then we'll hear it subsonic.
Interesting.
Oh, and almost real quick, almost a reverse of. I'm sorry, Jesse. Almost a reverse of before we see the Earth starting to come into view. We've got.
All right, keep an eye on the
over the Indian.
keep an
Ocean.
ine on the flaps. This is
gonna
about
look
the point in the
different
in
than
the
any
previous
of
two
anchors
flights
we've
where
had
they started
before.
melting.
And it was specifically so like we get as
This-
much daylight as
I don't know if
possible
this is
to
some
look
weird
at
visual
stuff.
shadow thing, but this is making me nervous.
Over to you, Jesse. Sorry about that.
Dan, you great minds think alike. That's exactly what I was going to point out. Is that we're getting a lot clearer view of the Earth in the background.
Slow down!
With, the different
This is the point where
temperatures that we're seeing
this
with the
happens,
colors,
where things just start getting a little bit
that
melty and a little
plasma
bit
around the
sketchy.
ship,
It's
which
like,
is really,
God, just
really cool to see.
slow down.
Again,
You're almost there. Just make it.
We are pushing the limits of ship today.
We don't see any of the forward
but
flaps
so
right now.
far,
This
everything's
camera's still
looking
alive, so that's pretty good.
Nominal.
Yeah.
We'll see how the next few minutes goes.
Yeah, like we've said before.
This is
don't be
this is crunch time here. If
surprised
it's gonna
this is
die, okay,
entirely smooth
watch.
sailing all the way down to the ocean's surface.
This
Similar to
is-
Flight
the
5,
next
we
few
are
minutes are where we
targeting
know
the
if it's gonna
same
make it or
splashdown
not.
location
That
in
I might have
the
saw a
ocean,
touch of burn
but
through
we
right
are
before it
not
clicked away there.
expecting to recover the vehicle.
Right, and we were getting some glimpses of the flaps. The flaps so
Might have
far
seen a touch
are
of
looking
burn
pretty
through.
good. We're
But
not
right here,
seeing
right
any
here.
burn through. There's those
I mean
flaps
that's
there,
extremely
in that
minimal.
area, which is our most concerning area there. That's great news.
And
for
there's
us for
kind of a
now.
little bit of
Again,
weird
the next few minutes could change as we
artifacting
continue
or
to
whatever
push
going on
those
here.
limits.
Yeah.
Oh,
once
flap
we
moving.
Slow down a little bit.
Ooh,
look for
daytime.
subsonic, essentially, so I think that's
These
about
views are
12
incredible, though.
kilometers
I mean,
an hour.
if I take a break from being
Once
nervous
we're
about
down
this
below that,
re-entry,
that's when we're gonna
these
try to
views are
dip our
awesome.
nose down and get
Let's
that
take a
more
minute to
aggressive
enjoy the
angle.
views, all right? Take it in.
Normally we're just belly flop right into the water, pretty much that position. But if
I wanna see
we're gonna
flaps.
be able to do return to launch sites, we're going to want to be able to fly with a little bit more of an angle of attack, get you a little bit more range as you're coming through. And so
Show me the
this'll
flaps.
be just a test to see
Forward
right
flaps.
how far can we push it. And obviously we're going to do these kind of tests.
It almost looks like the
way out
plasma
here
might
in
be
super
starting to
remote areas
dissipate a little bit. We
before
might
you
be
ever
through
try to
heating.
bring a ship back to a place like
I think we might be
Starship remains on a good entry trajectory.
Good news there.
External temperatures are coming down.
Okay. I think we might be pretty much
Great
through
news
it.
there. That tells us that we are
Zero burn through? That'd be
the
incredible.
phase of peak heating. So we are.
I want to see
expecting
if you can see the other flap cams.
these
Zero
temperatures
burn
to
through.
continue to come
Yo.
down. Once again, we are targeting a soft splashdown in the Indian Ocean.
Oh, a little
around
bit.
the
A little bit of burn through. This isn't as bad as
of-
Flight 4,
of
or
Australia.
obviously
We
not bad
see
as Flight 4,
these
but not as
beautiful
bad as
views
Flight
of
5
planet
either.
Earth.
It's getting better.
And yeah, this is very different where we had
Zero on the aft
views
flap.
of the ship as it was re-entering. And now we've got daylight. It is about an hour or so.
I think
after
we're pretty much
sunrise
through heating.
there in the Indian
We're starting to see a
Ocean.
little bit of
pretty cool
melty
to
going
see
on
this.
up there, but I don't
And
think
it
that's
might
a
not
big deal.
seem like it makes a huge difference, but we do get a little bit more light on ship as well for the camera views that we have.
Oh, that's starting to
which is very
get
beneficial
some
for us
debris
to
starting to run
visually
into that camera.
see anything and
Starting to get
try and
fogged up.
correlate that to any of the
But I think we're
sensors or
through
data that we
heating. We're
have
through the
on
worst of it, so it shouldn't get any
Exactly.
worse.
That is why we shifted our launch window so that we could have that daylight in order
Better than
to
every flight. Yeah, this is
improve
really
our
good.
observations
Really
of
good.
the vehicle.
Uh,
now
is that
we
like a
are
missing
getting all the
tile or-
raw
I don't
data
know what that is,
from
but-
all the sensors that are on board Starship.
Show me the
but
other camera.
we
This camera's
also
good. I want the
have
other one, though.
multiple cameras and assets out there that are watching the vehicle and
Show
will
me
also
the
be
one
able
on the
to
nose
tell
cone.
us with
Or
this
on the
visual
forward
story
flap.
that is also very, very important.
And as we get down a little bit lower,
Just
the Raptor
watching it
engines are
transition into the belly
showcase
flap is
right
going to be
now,
amazing.
so
I can't wait.
just essentially getting
This is
them
gonna be
primed
awesome.
to turn on.
Cannot wait.
We're going to use
Oh, it's
both of
pitching
those
up.
3
Was
Cell
it?
engines,
Oh, maybe not.
to do a landing.
Alright,
flip
plasma's
and
pretty
a
much
landing
gone.
Burn, so we'll come down kind of in that slightly pointed down belly flop and then fire off those engines to flip us around and then do that final landing burn. That should be coming up in
We're
just
okay, yeah, I think we made it.
Over just
Just
under
have to,
5 minutes
next step
from
is,
now.
you know, make sure the
And
landing
then
burn
hopefully
works
we start
out.
hearing some call outs on Transonic and subsonic as we slow down. Again, once you hear Starship as subsonic, keep a close eye on the flaps.
This is
They-
really
they're
good
gonna be-
news
they're gonna be
for-
working overtime essentially to maintain control of the ship as we
Yeah, I
go
guess the
more
warping I was
aggressive.
worried about. This doesn't look too bad. Maybe just like a little bit of like a scorching or something. You can see, oh, that is really melted actually.
We can see that we are beginning.
Starship has passed maximum entry dynamic pressure.
All right, max Q ×2. We're through it.
All right, great call out there. But we can see on this view here that we
That
do
flap.
have some heating there on that looks like one of the forward flaps on Starship.
Make sure that flap
This
can
is
move though,
To
obviously.
be expected. We knew that the vehicle would perform differently than what we had seen on Flight 5. This is actually really good data because
You can
it
see the
tells
warping of
us
this can decreasing
what
as it
parts of
cools.
the
Yeah,
vehicle at
I think
this,
you're right.
you know, what will soon be a higher angle of attack once we drop down.
Okay,
below
so they haven't
sunset.
really started
We'll have a
aggressively
higher
pitching it
angle
up
of
yet.
Attack, meaning we're going to be flying nose down, basically. So yeah, this is good news. But we can
Nose
actually-
down? What?
It looks like that heating is.
Are they
starting
gonna
to
like
cool off
nose?
there.
Are they gonna do like a nosedive or
Yeah, it's a
something?
little burn
Are they
through.
talking about like with the
Again,
belly
it's
flop? Are they gonna do like some
you know,
crazy
when
like
we
wonk
start
wonk
seeing
wonk kind of
that,
stuff?
through the ship's descent.
You can see the
Also,
that's
like
cooling
Tim
down,
was
which is good to
saying,
see.
We're getting some really good data here. Looks like the other.
Looks a little
flaps
cloudy. We don't
are
want it to be
doing a
cloudy. We
little
want a
better
nice
than the one that
blue
has a little burn through,
entry.
Which is some good news. Again,
That would be epic. I don't know about epic.
a couple minutes until we're expecting.
No, this flap is
to make
actuating.
it all the way back down to Earth.
Exactly. And like we said before, we are not expecting to recover the ship, although that would be great.
That would be
a nice
great.
bonus if it happened, but it's not really in our expectations today.
Be
we
higher
really wanna
nose,
push
be a
the
bit more
hardware, as we've been
downward.
saying. But
I-
really, the
But
telemetry and the
like
data.
higher angle of
and
attack
the
normally means
video
higher
that we
nose.
receive all
I
the
mean,
way
angle of
to the
attack
end
isn't always
is
like the
truly
most.
what we're looking for, and
If you have the
will
nose down, you'd have a
inform
negative
the
angle of
future
attack.
designs of
So,
this vehicle.
I don't know. Okay, here we go.
See
Stuff's
some flap
happening.
movement as the
Are they
camera
are they
is
doing a
around.
turn?
That's what you're seeing
Ooh,
there. is
are
the
they doing a
flaps
turn?
adjusting, and we have a camera on one of the flaps there that were. This is the view.
Okay,
that you're seeing
this
there.
is awesome. This is just awesome. It's
And you
transition.
can also
So we're
see the
right about a
graphic in the
transonic
bottom.
now.
Starship is slowing down past Mach 1.
Okay, there we go.
And call outs aligning with this, you can see the orientation of the vehicle starting to change. You can
So
follow that
we're
graph
right
at the
about
bottom of your
subsonic
screen.
now.
Um,
In the belly
and
flop.
That is why those flaps are changing. They control the
Wow.
orientation of the vehicle.
Yeah, there are
Yeah,
4.
this is.
Oh!
Starship has started the subsonic belly
was good.
flop, remains on a good trajectory.
I was gonna say this is when things will start to get a little interesting. So this is when we're
What are they?
moving
I didn't
slower
expect
to
them
speed
to.
of sound. You can see that nose slowly.
They are. They
starting to
actually. They are. They're
turn.
flying it.
And we're gonna try and
Look,
maintain
it's like
flat
turning
control
left and
the whole
going
way.
forward. They're trying to fly
Just a
it.
couple minutes away from hopefully doing a landing.
Yo.
flip. Landing flip and landing burn if the flaps can hold together.
Yeah,
What
this is such a cool
are
view.
they doing?
This reminds me
What?
of when we first performed the belly flop maneuver on the high altitude test with serial number
10 kilometers.
We saw the ship come back.
Yeah, they're
through,
doing like
and
a
I always
turn.
wondered what it looked like from the ship's perspective, and
Maybe not
this
that
perspective, I
aggressive,
think,
but
helps
I
inform
mean those
that.
flaps
We
are
will
moving.
be, as Dan said, we will be dipping down a little.
They're
further
dancing.
and really be flying nose.
Looks like it's going to be a little bit cloudy as we go into
this
the
higher
landing
angle
burn.
of attack, you know, we're intentionally doing
Nerve-wracking.
it
This
to
is, yeah, I
stress
don't-
those aft flaps, and that will help inform the limits of flap control in order to collect data for future landing profiles.
And these flaps aren't going that crazy.
I mean, we're looking good so far. We've just got about 5 kilometers in altitude to go.
I don't know if they're doing like some crazy maneuver right before a landing
Like
burn.
90 engines when we're still just a
Hopefully we
couple
can keep the
hundred
Starlink
meters,
signal through the
we're gonna
clouds.
do
That was
flight
an issue on
Through 5 kilometers altitude, remains on a good trajectory.
that was an issue on
I have a feeling
SN15.
this is going to look so cool
This is-
as it passes through the clouds.
Don't lose signal. I don't think it will, but
Obligatory shout out to the entire avionics team on
oh, here's the nose down. Here's the nose down.
And there's that nose
There's the nose up.
orientation.
Oh, look at it go. Don't lose control.
Now the
Don't lose control.
engines will relight and help flip the
Look how
booster
flat that. Look how flat the flap is. Look how flat it is. Look how slow the thing's going. They're like,
shut down.
they're really hitting the brakes. Okay, where's relight? Come on, give us relight. Give us relight.
Vehicle making impact with
Relight? Look at the water.
Our ship is doing great so far.
There's relight.
There's those engines relighting.
Oh,
What a great
My
presentation by Starship.
God.
Wow.
Yo! No way! That's 2 engines. They're down to 2 engines. No way.
Starship is landed.
Wow. And we have ship splashed down
Oh, look at it tip!
the Indian Ocean.
Is it gonna blow up?
Some awesome buoy cam.
Buoy.
action here. Daylight views.
It hasn't blown up yet. It might have. Oh, it's broken. It broke in 2, it looks like.
It really pushed the limits on ship and it made it all the way back down to Earth.
I am
What an incredible
shocked, to be
showing by
honest.
ship.
I think many folks are. The fact that it survived all the way through. while
There's a
wearing
lot of that still
lesser
intact.
gen heat
That thing
shield
didn't pop.
Is just absolutely.
Well, it
incredible.
popped, but
And,
it didn't
turns
boom.
Out the vehicle had more capability than our calculations predicted, and
That thing was
why
going
we test
so
like fly.
slow
Exactly
on
why
landing
we do
burn.
that, and those
So
views
slow on
were
landing burn. That was
absolutely
incredible.
to watch.
FTS.
Because
They didn't
Starlink, we
FTS
were able
it.
to
They
get
didn't.
views
They
all
didn't.
the way down, as well as the buoys, seeing ship touch down in daylight.
So cool, so cool. Now we want to, unfortunately, wrap up the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now that was incredible. That was amazing. Oh my God! You guys can see my face right now. Since Twitter rewinding isn't really working, I'm gonna have to rewind my own stream. So we're gonna be able to see the full flip and landing burn from. That was incredible. So the speed is very interesting. You could, like, those flaps were basically fully flat. So they were like really, really like really pumping the brakes on the and we got the in-space relight, which is good too. And less burn through than we've ever seen before, which is also a good sign. So I want to look at the speed that it came in at. So Flight 5, I'm looking back. Flight 5. So I guess I know what that boat was doing that you guys were talking about, or someone was talking about. I think it was Vulcan or something. Okay, so relight for Flight 5, the ship is going 332 kilometers an hour during relight. Look how much slower it's going this time. I think it was in the 200s, like 290 or something it relit at. Okay, about 303. So about 30 kilometers an hour slower. And there's relight. So they shaved about 30 kilometers an hour off the relight doing that maneuver, off the
off the thing. Actually, I think they're moving to ship 31. Oh, awesome. Yeah, for recovery ops or something. Okay, so there's the relight. They go 3. That is a really aggressive flipping. They really yanked it over. And then they drop it down to 2. Yep, this is exactly what I thought would happen. God, this has been a debate that has been going on since basically before SN15, what the actual landing of the ship is going to look like. Because SN15 had some engine problems, so they didn't do it as planned. But there's a lot of debate about if they light 3, drop down to 1, drop down to 2. If they light 2, stay on 2, light 2, drop down to 1. I was always in camp, light 3, and then drop down to those 2. And that's exactly what they did. So that was very validating to me. Look how that flap goes from fully extended to fully retracted as the engines come online. Flip maneuver. I think you can see one of the buoys. I think that's one of the buoys right there. A little buoy. And you can see it there. There's the ship. Down on 2 engines. And they got it. Look at that. The landing looked a little hard. I don't know if that was intentional, if they were trying to do that for recovery ops or something. Landing looked a little hard. Hard to tell with, with the ocean and stuff. But what an incredible flight. Unfortunate about the booster, but ship made up for it. What a day, guys. What a day. Anyway, I want to go talk to some people, see what's going on, see what the theories are, see other people's reactions. I'm going to have to get my reaction uploaded onto YouTube here in a little bit. So, that's going to do it for the stream. Thank you, everyone who stopped in and tuned in for the live stream of the 6th flight of Starship. Hopefully, I'll see you guys again in February for the 7th launch of Starship. So, enjoy your day, guys. Awesome. Salute. Salute indeed. All right. Yeah, so thanks for watching. See you next time. Please rate or comment this video. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And bye.